And there we are. We are live for our What Happened to Robert? What happened to Robert's head is weird. I don't know, Robert. I know why it's weird, Robert. It's nothing to do with you. It's because Nate isn't here. So, there we go. Now Robert is in the right spot, I think. I'm not back. No, it's still kind of weird. Now it's just the top of his head. We're gonna fix this. And then when Nate comes back, it'll still just be the top of his head. But you know what? It's a work in progress. So, we are live for our last virtual session of Dungeons and Dragons. From here on out, it's going to be real Dungeons. No, I'm kidding. But from here on out, but from here on out, we will be playing in person, starting next Friday. The date of which is I should know this, 25th. Yeah. I did. Yes, that is true. No more Tashas. That ill. Get that away from me. No more furry rabbit folk, fairies. Nothing. I'm just here to upset Nate because Nate isn't with us right now. So that is what I currently exist to do. All of the things Nate likes about D&D. Look. All of the things Nate likes about D&D. I'm taking them away because he was late to tonight's session. It's done now. Yes, we should rip a magic card. I just realized I had you guys muted. You're now unmuted. Because I feel like I'm so sorry, but you do contribute a lot. Otherwise, it's just very boring listening to me talk by myself. It's also a very one-sided conversation, which will also not be an issue when we go back to playing in person. It also gives me an excuse to buy more minis. So
Yes,
we can
I
think.
mean, you do
I
need more
also
excuses.
I have this mug of +5 sarcasm, which will now be my water mug for the rest of the everything. So I felt like that was important to note. Speaking of things that are important to note, I'm very off topic today. I don't know what's going on. It's because I just drank coffee.
Yep.
Yep. Speaking of things that are important to note, my laptop charger is broken. So I need to go get a new laptop charger before I can edit videos. But I filmed 4 videos yesterday, one of which I filmed with Cody. We talked about our experience at the Atlantic City Open. And the other video I filmed was why I'm upset with Wizards of the Coast's current design philosophy behind classes and races. My top 5 tips for new DMs, one of which was drinking a lot of water while you're DMing. And what was the other one? There was one more. I don't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure it was okay. Um, this is where we're out in life, guys. It's great. And then next week, once I'm done with my summer class, which is hell, and I would not recommend to anybody, Cody and I are going to go back to filming battle reports because he doesn't get a say in this, and I'm going to make him play a game every day.
Oh, wow.
Did you say that's next week?
Yeah.
You're done with summer class next week?
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what we should do? We should do like a 500-point game of AOS first, just to get me to like paint my army.
Sure. Whatever motivation you need.
To paint an army.
It's a process, but I've also learned I can't play with unpainted armies. So, it'll be good for me too. I'll get my army painted. Yeah, that's all I've got to say. I'm super excited for tonight's session. I've got some good things planned. So let's go ahead, roll the intro music, and get into it. All right. So, this is the last time I have to say last we met for this campaign online. There we go. And use this weird music. So, because then I can go back to using my own royalty-free music. Last we met, the group deciding on what they wanted to do after spending their morning in the Driftwood Tavern, decided that they were going to go on the quest for Isolde Doy, and they were going to kill the purple worms, bring the venom back to her, so they can acquire some magic items. However, on your way, the rumors of orcs in the woods proved to be true. After taking out a ravaging warband, you discovered that they had a much larger camp nearby, and that it could potentially be a significant problem. However, on your way into the worm caves, you saw 2 drows talking, what appeared to be a father and a daughter, and they discussed several things, including that there was a Zentarum on the court of Dagult Neverwinter, that the Zentarums were in fact behind the orc uprising, and that the drow were also positioning themselves So, or at least this one particular group of Drow were positioning themselves in one way or another to take over in the politics of Neverwinter. However, the battle with the worms was successful. You felled 2 of the creatures, and thanks to Cedric's knowledge of the arcane and Eli's knowledge of medicine in general, you were able to bring back a significant amount of poison to Isolde, and you were able to acquire an animated shield for Ronan.
Yay.
So, gentlemen, you had a
There's actually a quick recap.
because you had a very successful session last time. So you are currently walking out of the shop of Isolde onto the mid-afternoon streets of the upper end part of Neverwinter. You can smell spices beginning to cook up from the food vendors. You can hear smiths working off in the distance. You can see on the boats that they're mostly finishing up. They're unloading from the morning, and they're looking to take new goods out of the city. So what are you doing?
So we were told our equipment would be ready in the morning, right?
I think she said 2 days. If I said 12,
Okay.
if I said 1 day, that's on me.
I don't know.
I thought I said 2 days. I don't keep track of these things. That's not my job. Oh wait, it is.
I think if it was ready-made, it was going to be 1 day.
Well,
If it
honestly,
was,
this
like,
is
purchased,
Yes,
this
that's
is what
right.
we
it was gonna
planned
be
for
2.
this day, right? This is what we planned for this day.
We didn't really plan for this day really that much.
No, we hadn't planned yet, really.
I honestly thought this would take the whole day.
We wanted to do the thing I was telling us to put off yesterday.
Which was?
Which was
Talk
this,
to
right?
people. You wanted
Yes,
to
you were
talk
going
to
to
people.
talk to people today. So I
Oh,
believe what
okay.
you said last session, the 2 things that you were planning on doing was talk to the Nashers, and you were planning on talking to the Grey Cloaks again? Question mark?
Yes, I did want to do that, but we look terrible right now, and we're probably kind of hurt. Well, I'm hurt, I think.
You're all
Double
hurt.
check. Yeah, we're all hurt.
I don't think any
And
of
I
you... I think Eli might
Talking
be in
to
good
the
shape.
Nashers, if it goes badly while we're hurt, could be a
Ah.
bad idea.
I'm at full health.
Yep, sounds about right.
We're doing okay.
I don't think I managed to hit Eli all of last session for significant damage.
I am very hurt, actually. I just realized.
Well, you got eaten by a purple worm, so that checks out.
Yep.
That was.
They both got chewed on.
Oh, they both got.
Oh,
eaten
do we?
up.
Yeah, Cedric's just
Okay.
a little slippery, so he managed to get out of there a bit faster.
That's fair.
But we could talk to the Nashers, and we also want to talk to the Grey Cloaks, right? Want to talk to them
I
again?
guess.
I mean, we did talk to them.
If that's what you want to do, we can do that. I still don't think it's an amazing idea.
No, I don't think that talk to the Grey Cloaks would even get us anywhere. I think we also decided that we don't want to associate ourselves with terrorists, and
Yeah.
they're kind of known as terrorists. So
no,
at
that's
least,
the Nashers.
yeah. So I'm talking about the Nashers too.
Okay.
Like if we didn't, the Grey Cloaks just seem like they want us to do something cool, so then they can back us. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah, they want to see us do a sweet trick so that they can be like, yeah.
Do a flip!
They want us to. So I don't think talking to them and asking for guidance is what's going to get us to where we're supposed to be.
I don't think doing a flip's gonna help.
No, I don't think so. But we could. I don't know. Like, do you want to talk about what we could do? Because it's a good point that maybe associating with the Nationals too much could be a bad idea.
Sure, we have a few options. You said you met some guy in the graveyard, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he was a cool guy.
You wanted to like clean up the trash in town. We could do that.
Just clean up trash in town.
Be it metaphorically or otherwise.
I took it as a metaphor, but he took it as a literal meaning of cleaning up trash.
We could go and like do some more hit and runs on the Orc Warband. At least make it a bit weaker.
That does sound like a strong idea. But I think that's
Design.
something for tomorrow.
Yeah, I doubt we could take them head on, but if we
Yeah,
just want to like hit them and then leave, we can do that.
And people would know because we'd be leaving and coming back, so the Grey Coast could potentially know
Covered,
and we'd be solving the
Covered
Orc
in
problem.
Orc blood.
Yeah, and our own probably. Well, you never get hurt.
I
But
tried my best.
okay, so I like that idea.
We could just explore the town some more, see if we can find anything interesting going on or that kind of stuff.
So I think exploring the town is probably a good idea right now because I think we should rest before fighting orcs again.
Seems like a reasonable plan. We could just rest and then go fight orcs. We have time.
Right, but we if we rested now, I don't want to do it at night. I'd rather do it in the daytime.
Well, what time is it now?
Well, it's around afternoon, right?
Yeah, it's maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, so we
Okay.
could. We
Because
could,
you guys
finish
went
up
out.
the
You guys
day.
went out like 10
Yeah.
o'clock to start hunting.
Also, knowing the whole city could help because
Yeah, we can
help
explore
understand
some of
other
the-
opportunities.
We could explore some of the north because most of the time we spent down in the south.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
then explore the north a bit, and then once we know the whole city, we can like figure things out. Maybe even meet new people, you know.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow we can go weaken the orcs if we don't have, you know, if we don't have to protect people or do anything
Yeah.
like that, which we probably won't because no one seems to need us.
Exactly.
We just got to make them need us.
Yes, it's more just like if something does go wrong and that they can't defend themselves from the orcs, it would be better to have weaker orcs trying to kill us than the current orc.
Yes, I agree.
True.
All right, so let's explore the upper part of the city then.
Okay.
Okay.
So you should note, as you walk across the winged wyvern, you notice that near Castle Never, you can see that a few carriages are starting to pull up to the front of it. These look like catering carriages. You can see chefs dressed in professional white clothing getting out of them. They're carrying trays of food. You can see a pig on a stick, an entire pig being hoisted out by two halflings and brought into the
Why?
front of the building.
It looks like they're having a feast.
Or they having a feast?
Wow.
That's what it looks like. Sad
Yeah.
we weren't invited, but I suppose nobody really knows our names yet.
And the people that do know us don't like us.
Yeah.
Delos looks up and says, "That's probably a good thing."
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a feast. I feel like this is a community event. Maybe we go there and we mingle.
I mean, I don't feel like it's a community event.
Okay.
Does the castle still look really well guarded, or
Oh,
does
always.
it seem kind of lax?
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's more of a private event. We could still go if you want, but I don't think being seen as party crashers would be a good thing.
No, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
Okay. So as you continue past them, you can see across the water. Now, this is the first time, even though it's across the water, it's the first time you've gotten a clear look at the city library, the House of Knowledge. You can see at the front steps there is a destroyed statue of some lost Alan Gandar king, which has since been reconstructed. However, you notice that it's been reconstructed with a slight likeness towards Dagult Neverember. And it's, you're not exactly sure who it is, but it appears to be one of the wiser kings of Neverwinter. He's standing next to a number of books, and there is a bard accounting his tales, similarly to the way a scribe would. Finally, you find yourselves, I'm assuming you're walking towards the Tower District, or would you like to go in a different
Can we
direction?
stop and listen to what the tales the bard are saying real quick?
It's a statue.
Oh, it's a statue
The
of a bard.
statue has a smaller statue of a bard. who's
Oh,
singing.
okay.
That's how important this guy was.
Okay, because I heard there was a statue and there was a bard. All right,
I just think it's funnier that there's a statue of the bard, of the guy singing.
I think that is hysterical.
Do you want to go into the library, see if we can find anything interesting, or shall we just continue around town?
I think we have time to look in the library, see if they have any books that are interesting.
Sure.
So when I get in the library, could I
Okay.
like take a look at
Is it
anything?
a private library or a public library?
This is a, well, it's,
Public.
this is actually two things in one. Not only is this a library, but it is a house of knowledge also in the sense that it is a temple. This is a temple which is dedicated to Ogama, who is the deity of knowledge and invention, and you can see his symbol above the door of a blank scroll. Eli would be the only one that knows this, because he is a Sword Coast deity, and Eli grew up on the Sword Coast.
Nice.
This is one of the more impressive buildings around here. You can see, like, you can tell which buildings have been rebuilt and which buildings haven't. And this building actually seems to have survived the eruption of Mount Hotonau. It's incredibly impressive. It is several stories tall, and it has many, many windows leading to a peaked arch roof, the architecture of which is almost more elvish in nature than human. So, as you head inside, you can see that there is a gentleman who appears to be middle-aged. He has a shaved head, and he is looking over a number of maps that he currently has on the table in front of him. You also see something in this temple which you haven't seen previously, and that's the fact that there are a number of halflings, gnomes, and high elves in this place. Hey, there's Nate. Using it as a place to study.
We're at the library, Nate.
Yeah, we literally just went to a library. Explain this. Okay. So I'm gonna take a look at some of the books. I'm gonna look. Can I look for like history of the city? And I'll be trying to look at like events that happen between the factions that change the way they thought of each other.
Can I try and find a book that's just like about the history of the the Alangandars or whatever?
Sure. Why don't both of you go ahead and make me investigation checks?
15.
Okay.
A 20 or 20 something.
So
Let me just check.
what books are you? So,
Investigation.
yeah,
22.
22. So let's start with Cedric. Cedric, what books were you looking for?
So I was
You can hear
looking
me,
for.
right?
Yes, you're
Yep.
good, man.
Yeah.
Yep. I was looking for history books that, like, in the city that talked about interaction between like factions in the city.
Current or old?
Old and current. I'd be like taking my time.
Okay, so to note on the more current books, there doesn't seem to be a lot of information. Most of the current books seem to just be reinforcing, the few that there are seem to be talking about the good job that Dagult Neverember has been doing, single-handedly reinforcing the city and making it a better place to live. As for older books, there are quite a few. To its history, Neverwinter has never been a city which has looked to other people for help. Before its fall, it was a proud city. The people were proud to be citizens of Neverwinter, and it was a relatively self-sufficient city. It was considered to be the gem of the North, and because of it got its name Neverwinter from the gardens, which were green year-round near the Tower District, which is the only place in the North where this had happened, and it was considered to be a miracle. Really, it was the fire elementals that live underneath the city from Mount Hotenau that kept it warm year-round, but, it is what it is. And after its fall, there had been a number of vying factions over the city. Yes.
Okay.
There had been a number of vying factions over the city. Up until a few years ago, orcs actually had complete control over the Tower District. They burrowed underneath the city, and they took it over. It was the Many Arrows tribe.
So we have a tribe name now.
But previously, before that, what made mercenaries originally been hired was that there was a lich of unknown name who summoned an army of undead to besiege the city, and that was the first time that Zentarms had a reason to come into Neverwinter. And Neverwinter at that point had kind of had some strained relations with the Harpers, because the Harpers did not approve of Dagult Neverember's rule. So the Harpers refused to send reinforcements as long as Dagult Neverember was imposing himself as the king.
Interesting. And did they get the reinforcements?
From the Harpers?
Yeah.
No.
Interesting.
Dagult Neverember is still king.
Yeah, which was enough reason for Dagult Neverember to then, inside of the news that he controlled inside the city, to publish bad press about the Harpers, so they largely were not welcome here. The Grey Cloaks...
So they're keeping track of the city from diplomacy instead of actually fighting.
Exactly. As for history of the Alangandars themselves... Actually, I've got a whole thing on this. Let me just... Whoop. There were many Alangandar kings that ruled over Neverwinter. All of them were notable for something different. There was the king who was notable for for knowledge, which is why there's a statue of him outside of this building. There was the king whose sword that first had the sword of Neverwinter forged, Namara, and that is the blade that Cedric currently wields. And they were all brave and known for different things. Nashir Alangandar was considered to be the bravest Alangandar, and he ruled Neverwinter right up until the ruining. So Nashir Alangandar would be Cedric's father.
Can I find more information about how he acted?
Sure, in 1 second. Because these are the books that Eli's looking up. Nashir Alangandar was an incredibly brave warrior. He never surrendered, and he was notable for his steadfast opposition against the Luskan mercenary forces and the orcs of the north. He hated mercenaries. He utterly refused to work for anybody that would fight for coin. He said that it was untrustworthy. Among his usual magical items, he had several magical rings, and in addition to Namara, he had a Mace of Disruption, which was rumored to have been lost when the city was destroyed. He had 9 bodyguards, known as the Neverwinter 9, whose souls are currently kept beneath the keep of Neverwinter in the crypt, and their magical items are still buried with them. Nobody knows how to get into the crypt, even the people that currently control the castle. Are you interested in any of the other Alangandars?
I want to see if I can find anything else about the crypt.
Okay, in that
Can I
case...
quickly show everyone what I found too?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would do that. To show them the page and stuff that I took for the information.
I'm a good guy and all, but the dead are dead. Now I can't fix that.
Well, I think if we could, it said that their souls or their spirit is kept in the crypt.
Yeah.
Maybe we could talk to them.
Yeah. Maybe
So-
they'll help us.
Yeah, it's not a disrespectful thing to do, you know.
Yeah.
Side eye. Side eye from the dwarf.
Go ahead and this time I want you to roll me a history check, Eli, because this is going to come down to how good you are reading into the fine text of these books.
Oh darn, I'm not proficient at that. 14.
And the information on the crypts is hard to find and decipher. Little
Darn.
there is seems to point to random magic runes, which are keeping them sealed.
Can I look for crypt books? Because
Sure,
you
go
know.
for it. While
you
this
told
is
me about the crypt, right?
happened, no, I didn't.
Yeah, but Eli would have, right? Because then I'll look.
Yeah.
For it. Otherwise, I don't know yet. Okay.
Because if I found something that said
26.
magic on it, I'd pass it to Cedric.
26,
'cause he's
okay.
the only
Yeah.
1
one
second.
I trust that understands it.
Yeah, then I'm just like, okay, 26. Let's go.
Yeah.
So while this is happening, Hafsar and Ronan, a gentleman in robes walks up to you and he looks at Delos and he says, we usually don't allow pets in the House of Knowledge.
Oh, the dragon. He's not really a pet per se. I probably wouldn't call him a pet.
He's
We
smarter than
understand.
I am.
We don't keep pets in this. Oh, actually, his intelligence is quite literally higher than mine, so.
Nonetheless, we'll respect your rules.
I appreciate
Now
that,
stand up.
and I would just like to say, and he leans in a little bit closer, it does draw a lot of attention from potentially unwanted eyes, given the books that your friends are looking at. Just something
What
to
do you
keep
mean
in
by
I
unwanted
suppose. But the
From who?
second part can't be helped.
People who aren't necessarily the biggest fans of history. And he pats Ronan on the shoulder and walks back towards the maps that he was looking over.
I will then proceed over to the rest of the party and relay that information, saying people don't like that you're looking into history here. Maybe we try to keep it more on the down low.
Can I look for history more stealthily?
You can. His point was more along the fact that looking at these books while walking around with the Silver Dragon
Yeah.
might be drawing
the
a lot of
dragon
attention
is
to
also a
yourselves.
problem. You probably should
Yeah.
fix that.
Well, if you guys go outside, maybe that'll be better then.
It's
At
not like
this
we have
point
a
not.
good place to hide the dragon, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can go outside. We can go for a walk. Maybe we find a park.
Um,
I wasn't drilling.
I don't
quite
think this
too.
should take us. Actually, this could take us a while because I want to find more information about the crypt.
Right.
So,
Let's go outside and we'll find somewhere to kind of sit and chill.
Hmm.
And I'll write in my journal.
Okay.
yeah.
What are you writing in your journal?
Just how the days have gone, and I'll also talk to the dragon and try to get it to understand, more common.
It's definitely picking up a lot of common. I was able to have some brief conversations before, and it's
Soon
learning a
Delos
lot
will
more.
be more
Definitely
fluid
be
than in
talking
art
to the
in
dragon
common.
for a while.
Okay. Sure thing.
So, yeah, we'll take Delos out to wherever, I guess.
Okay, you can take him out to
Looks like
alongside
running.
the river.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. I like that
Delos
idea.
quite enjoys watching the few fish that swim through there, and the people unloading boxes along the shore. And you're kind of in a position to watch where they're setting up the feast at the castle, and more strange things are being brought in. You can see pinatas being brought in, flagons of wine, more and more and more food.
29. For my 21st birthday, I want a pinata.
You want a pinata? What type? Spider-Man pinata?
Yep, thank
Yeah,
you.
of course. I know my best friend.
Makes sense.
All right. So the two gentlemen inside the library. What was the next thing you were going to look for?
Oh, I was looking for all the information. I just rolled through looking for crypt information.
It doesn't seem to be in the books out here. You do find information about the crypts, but specifics are not in these books. It's just a lost form of clergy magic.
Could I find information about people that would know? Like people that are specialized in like keeping tabs or something?
People that keep track of the knowledge,
Yeah.
those would be the librarians and the priests.
But then you would have to ask them questions. Which is
By
bad.
librarians, do you mean like actual librarians?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's so weird.
Why is that weird? You're in a library.
Why would a librarian know something about a crypt?
Because
they know,
it's a
they know where the
library.
good books are.
Yes.
Alright, so I'm going to just tell you, I am fairly confident that I did not miss any information and that these books don't tell us how to open the crypt.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
Should we? But it did say we can ask librarian or what's the second one, Jake?
They didn't say that. You're able to deduce using
Oh.
common sense that the librarians and the priests are the ones who knows where the information is. Might be.
The people who work here, they probably know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Maybe we should ask. I mean, it's that guy was already knew we were looking for information. We might as well ask him. It doesn't really matter at this point.
You go do that. I need to look for something else.
What are you looking for?
I want to learn about purple worms more so that I can not make the same mistakes I made last time.
Make an
Well, I
invest-
can help you with that. I consider myself decent at looking at books.
Yes, but you should go try and find the more difficult books.
Okay.
I'll look at simple books.
Make an investigation
Alright,
check,
I'll
Eli.
I'll go ask the librarian.
17.
17. You are able to find books detailing purple worms. You actually have to go up a floor to where the nature section is. This floor is a little quieter. There's only a couple. There's one high elf woman up here
Oh, of course,
studying in
it's
the
a
far
high elf.
corner. In the far corner.
Where's the high?
She's dressed in this silver and green, what almost looks like intertwining vines that covers her body. Yeah, you are able to start. It's a dense book, but if you study it, you'll definitely know more about purple worms.
Sweet. Is the elf saying anything?
No, she seems to be quietly contemplating a book while taking notes on it on a scroll.
Okay, I'm gonna go read my book about purple worms for a bit.
Okay.
While Cedric goes to look for books about the crypt.
Alright, so I'll go to the librarian and
Alright,
I'll say
So, which one? So there's a woman down here who seems to be sitting further back. She seems to be in charge, and then there's the priest who spoke to Hofsair and Ronan.
Yeah, I'll do the priest because the priest already knows we're looking for stuff. So,
Or at least doesn't seem to. Or at least came to us instead of. And yeah, that makes sense. That's sense.
and I'll say, hello. I was looking for information about the crypts in this place, as well as while I was looking at information about the history of the city. Is there any other books that maybe are not on display here that I could look at? Because they don't shed a lot of information about what's going on, and I'd like to know.
Oh, if any book is not on display here, that is for a good reason.
I see. Would it be somewhere else that I can maybe find?
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah.
What remains of our library is, at least for the public, is left out here. Much was lost or taken.
I'll go talk to the other person now.
As you walk away from him, he reaches out and catches your wrist. I don't think you want to do that.
I think I do.
Cedric's gonna get himself killed. It's about
I
time.
mean,
yeah.
what's different?
Yeah.
Why don't you think I should talk to that person over there?
She won't be as forgiving of your questions as I am.
I see. I understand what you're saying. Why is that?
I'm really not going to continue this conversation. And with that, he walks away.
Can I look at what the person is wearing? The female?
She's wearing the same robes he is, the robes of Ogama.
Okay. Alright, I'll go back to Eli and explain that
Okay.
These people don't want us to know any information. If it's not on display, they're not going to tell us.
I mean, yeah, that seems to be what most people do.
Yeah. Well, at least you know that most people are being brainwashed.
Yeah.
It makes you think, can we even rely on the anything in this library? And I think the answer to that is probably not.
I mean, it's not like they're gonna lie about the anatomy of a purple worm. I don't know how that would help him.
But as far as history goes,
Well, probably not. No.
yeah.
Well, should we head back out to the other two? Three,
Yeah.
including the dragon.
It's just too bad we couldn't actually go to the catacombs. Well, maybe
Yeah.
if we ever find... Maybe we should go to the catacombs and investigate it, though.
At some point, sure. Yes.
I did say the catacombs were under Castle Endeavor, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking. I didn't want you to think that they were in the graveyard, because I could see Cedric walking into the graveyard and then being like, all right, where are the catacombs?
That's what I thought. That's a...
No, we have to go raid the castle for magic items.
All right, so you head back outside. The other two are watching them set up the feast. You can see at this point a live donkey is being walked through the front doors of the castle.
Oh.
A live what?
Donkey?
Donkey?
Yeah, like from Shrek.
Okay.
Donkey.
Like for some reason I heard something akin to dunking.
Donkey.
Like a dunk tank
Yeah,
for
a
some
dunk
reason.
tank.
And I was
No,
like,
no, it was
There's one of
donkey.
those too.
oh cool.
All right.
That's cool.
So, as you all gather outside, what are you doing? What's the plan?
Should we see
well,
what
we're
else
just
is over
gonna-
here?
Yeah.
So you're saying on this, you've been to most of the areas on this side of the city. It's heading further into the city over here. It's a lot of this. This is mostly private housing. There's some like the middle class people and the merchants live further up, and then the lower class people live closer to the wall.
Mhm.
Yeah, makes sense. Aside from that, is there anything interesting?
Not particularly over here.
Okay. So how much more did we actually travel, or are we basically closing things up here?
It's up to you. You've not gone across the river yet.
All right, so let's go across the river.
Okay. Heading across the river, the first district past the castle is what's known as the Black Lake District. Here, the buildings, in a similar fashion to the House of Knowledge, a lot of the buildings are in pretty pristine conditions to what you imagine they looked like during the construction of the city. It doesn't look like most of these buildings were destroyed by the eruption of Mount Hope now. However, you can see signs for the keen-eyed amongst you that at some point these buildings look to have been used as military barracks.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see places where they might have been reinforced. Over here, it seems to be mostly merchants and the upper class people. And you can see them, a lot of them, you can see commotion, like people moving around, servants helping people get ready, as a lot of them seem to be getting ready to head towards the castle.
I see. And is the castle like so big you can see it anywhere in the city?
Most places, yeah.
Okay.
Walking just past that into the Tower District. These buildings look new, as if all the originals were destroyed by the eruption. These are quite unique. There's a number of large, well-built towers here, similar to the place's name, which have various faction symbols on them, none that you particularly recognize. And something else that you notice here is that there are a number of wizards' towers, where many of the arcane of the city, you do see one faction symbol that you recognize, and that is that there is a tower here that is dedicated to the Arcane Brotherhood.
Interesting. That's in addition to the store, so they got like a decent amount of stuff here.
There's one strange tower that almost seems to flicker in and out of sight. It gets more corporeal the closer you get to it, but the further away from it you are, the harder it is to make out.
Do you want to take a look at that tower?
Yeah, that looks neat.
You want to like go in it, ask some questions about it?
Yeah, it looks neat.
You want to like knock on the door of the tower?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Why not? The whole point is we're investigating this stuff. If we might as well.
Eventually, you're gonna stick your nose in a place it doesn't belong, though.
We did that like a few days ago, and then we kept doing it. Yeah, I think it's fine.
It's gotten us
True.
this far.
Yeah, exactly. We're not dead yet, so like, well, I am, but not really. Kind of, I guess.
More or less.
More or less, yeah. I am feeling alive, so that's all that matters.
Sure you feel nice and warm inside.
Exactly. So I guess I'll go knock on the door.
There is no door.
Is there a window?
There are no windows.
It's just a box.
It's a tower. A wizard
We have to get there
tower.
by going into the catacombs.
We should look for a secret entrance.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll try to look for a secret entrance.
Make an investigation check.
A 27.
You don't see any places down here where somebody might enter into the tower, but as you glance upwards, you can see what almost appears to be a mechanical eye looking down at you, which quickly disappears back into the wall when it notices you notice it.
There's no secret entrance, but there was a mechanical eye that was looking at us, and it just went back in the tower when I saw it.
Mhm.
Huh.
So this is a really strange tower.
Should I try and touch the eye?
No.
It was too far up for you to touch it, and went back in the tower.
Is that a challenge?
I would be impressed if you were able to.
Can I try and sneak up to where the eye was?
How far can you walk?
Sneak up?
30
What type
feet a
of
turn.
anime stuff is this?
But what if you dash twice?
If I double dash, I can go 90 feet.
I know the rules say that you can do this, but there is no purchase in this tower. There is no
Darn.
place where bricks are obvious.
Wow.
So you're
just
going to need to
down.
make a really high level acrobatics check a couple of times if you would like
Okay.
to make this.
Darn. I
believe in
need
you
one
now.
more level. Then I could just repeatedly tell you 23.
Still wouldn't be enough, but
Wow.
Well, I rolled a
I rolled
23.
a 20.
so you watch Eli begin to walk maybe 15 feet up the tower. He doesn't fall, but he just begins slowly sliding back down.
It's like in a
This is
video
a
game.
really smooth wall, guys.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
It
think-
almost feels to be constructed out of some sort of cool metallic material.
How much would you want to bet this is like a government tower and they're spying on us?
No,
Big
it's
Brother is
definitely a wizard's
watching.
tower.
Yeah.
It's definitely a wizard tower.
We can't get in it. It's spying on us.
Mhm.
Definitely some sort of weird government stuff.
Yeah, we'll have to come back
Definitely
here in the
not
future.
government.
We're like a party of 4 Alex Joneses if Alex Jones would fight.
I don't get that reference.
Okay. I guess we'll just keep going then because we're not gonna.
This weird magic tower, I can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
It's smooth.
For prepped spells purposes, is this the same day of the purple worm, or
It's
is
the
this
same
next
day of the purple worm.
Okay, cool. I had to reset my character sheet, so I don't actually know what I have prepared right now. So, yep.
Something else that you notice over here is a large single-story building, which stretches for several blocks right at the end of the tower district. You can see that there are a number of younger people walking in and out of it. Some academic looking, some military looking, all well-to-do. And you can see also a number of professors walking around the area here.
Ooh. How do I apply for school?
Wait, what? What do you mean?
This looks like a kind of smarty person building. I want to be a smarter person.
You can't go to college yet. We have a lot of stuff to do.
Why not?
Because we have to think of stuff to do because I can't think of something by myself. But if you're in college, it's just not going to be good.
We can go to classes together.
Well, maybe after we resolve this whole situation.
We're not playing Harry Potter.
No, that's for later this year.
We're not playing Strixhaven either.
Good.
Magic wants you to play Harry Potter. Okay, don't do it.
What are you guys doing?
Do we want to investigate the college, or do we want to like just head back to the inn now? Because
If we investigate the college, I don't see us getting anything out of it besides from saying, "Oh, it's a college." Now we know there's a college. You know, we could investigate it. I just don't think we'll get anything out of it.
I mean, maybe we'll find like somebody who supports our ideals here or something. I don't know.
Okay, in that case, let's go to the college. Just talk to some people, I guess.
So things do seem to be dwindling down for the most part here. You see a lot of people, with the exception of one, what appears to be magic class, for a number of mages sitting in rows, taking notes on the sigils that the teacher is writing on the blackboard at the front of the room. Things mostly seem to be winding down here. You can see a number of predominantly human professors wrapping up their classes and heading towards the doors, and they're all excitedly talking to each other in hushed tones.
Can I make a perception check to figure out what they're talking about?
Yes.
I will also listen.
Sure.
I fail horribly. Oh, but I rolled a 7! 7! 7! 7!
Perception. Normal.
You rolled a 27!
Yeah. I'm just gonna stand here and listen, because why not?
Okay. So a total of 27.
Yes.
Most people are talking about the masquerade ball that the castle is having this evening.
Okay, we're going.
Parties.
What are they
My
talking about?
favorite. Promise you won't make me go if I tell you.
You know I can't
promise
make that
nothing.
promise.
Yeah, we can promise nothing.
We've seen a lot of... Well, while we were out by the river with Delos, well, it's very apparent that the castle is getting ready for a party of sort. And I just learned it's a masquerade ball.
Is it a
What
Yeah,
does
private
it
event?
masquerade mean?
Yes, it is a private event.
Oh, so we can't go.
But if we just sneak in, they won't be able to tell it's us.
Yeah, but how are we sneaking in the whole ball?
You put on a suit and just go in.
We're wearing masks.
Yeah.
What happens when people start talking to us?
We just tell them we're somebody who we aren't.
But what if they say, oh, that person wasn't invited, who are you? And then we die.
Then we run fast.
I mean, it's better than just sleeping.
I don't know.
I mean,
Is there anyone that you're curious about?
I'm gonna say this quietly. This is probably when that the thing we turned in is going to be used, so we might not actually want to be there.
Wait, which thing did we do? Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Question is,
But that's poison, so like, it won't be used on us, just don't drink anything.
Yes, but if we're there, it could incriminate us.
no. From what
That
I
seems
got
like
the
a-
conversation, she is very keen on it not being traced back to her, and that means it would be traced back to us by coincidence. By that I mean the elf lady at least, can't get into
Yeah, but that would
the
also
details.
incriminate everyone there, and like, I don't know. I think it's a
Yes.
risk worth taking because we
She-
have to
But
take
the
the
risk
initiative.
she won't take.
While you guys are having this conversation, a voice seems to speak up out of nowhere. Excuse me, can I please pet your dragon? It's been a long time since I've seen one of these. I'm sorry, I really need to
Oh.
stop doing this. And you see manifesting in front of you what appears to be an older halfling.
Manifesting?
Mm-hmm. As in he was invisible, and now he's not. He's wearing the blue and silver colors of the city, and he seems to have just come out of a class. He's still kind of half shoving a textbook and some notes into his satchel, and the satchel just seems to swallow them up as he does so.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to pet him, you should ask him, not us.
Absolutely, and he says in Draconic,
Yeah.
"What is your name then?" And Delos replies, "Delos." And then he begins talking to Delos in whispered tones in Draconic. He pats him on the head, and he looks over at your group. "Well, I certainly wouldn't take him to the castle with you." And
Nope.
he walks away.
What a nice guy.
You definitely just overheard everything.
No,
I mean,
I feel like he would freak out if he did.
it's not our issue. It's not like, we did anything evil.
Because he
Yeah.
appeared out of nowhere, does it look as if there's any other inconsistencies illusion-wise on him?
Yes, plenty.
Such as...
Make an Arcana check.
You say there's plenty in
The
there.
professor was just like,
just because there's
"Yo."
something wrong, looking at him, there's just something that's not quite right. You can't put your finger on exactly what it is, but something about his clothing, on him, the way he's walking, the items he's carrying, it doesn't quite line up.
Does he seem tall?
No.
Okay.
What do I have?
I feel like
If
maybe
I cast
he's
detect,
he was.
Mm,
What type of thing do they teach in this college? Like I mean, he's professors. We probably taught
illusion
around here. So
student.
what thing are we in right now? What?
Well, he looks
You
more
You
like
seem
a
to
professor
you
than
seem
a
to be
student.
in the Hall of Magic.
Yeah.
So he's
Various
probably a
arcane
halfling?
traditions.
He's probably just
He's a
teaching a
halfling.
lesson.
I'm going to do a locate creature quick on halflings in the area. Do I not get a ping just looking at him?
No, he's definitely a halfling. But he's the only one around.
Do you teach at this college, sir?
He turns around as he hears you say that. Well, yes, of course I do. Been
What do you
teaching.
teach?
I teach arcane traditions.
Illusion.
Primarily illusion. Some
Your clothes are
enchantment.
very nice.
Thank you. I do try.
Big.
And he winks.
Mhm.
Ronan, show him how you go invisible.
Okay, I will go invisible.
How?
I think I gave him
He
the
did.
ring because I think I have
He did.
supreme sneak
Yes.
I put it on the ring and I go invisible.
Ah, that's quite handy. And he takes a lantern out of his bag and he lights it. And then you see Ronan reappear in the room in front of you.
You guys
What
are
the
just
hell?
flexing on each other right now.
But
No,
easily
he's
revealed as a simple
Wow.
trick.
Mm-hmm.
now. You seem to know a lot about magic. Can you tell me what this does? And I'm just gonna pull out this staff that I stole off that frost giant from a while ago.
Oh God!
I found this and I don't know what it does.
Well, you certainly know how to draw attention to yourself.
Pulls
Yes,
out weapon
I've been
in
told I'm
college.
very good at that. It's a staff, not a weapon.
No, I was saying maybe if you pulled out the.
I could
pistol.
use a large branch as a weapon.
This is a staff of cold. It is usable by a person as myself, and he kind of waves his hand dismissively at the next sentence, or someone with lesser training in the arcane arts. You got this from a frost giant. Her name is Varashka. He says, looking over the runes in the handle.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice! This guy
you
knows
worked
a lot
out
of
all that
languages.
just from that.
Yes,
Wow, you are smart.
very famous queen, if I do remember. She died slightly after the spell plague.
Spell
Yeah.
plague?
Peculiar that you should have it. The spell plague.
Yeah, she was up and walking around again,
Yes, I've seen Stranger.
and she wasn't very happy with us also up and walking around.
Well, I can imagine a lot of people wouldn't be happy with your group up and walking around.
Oh yeah, that tends to be a
You're correct.
general theme.
Well, all I can bid you is the same advice I give my students. Be careful. Don't get yourself killed. And anything you spill on yourself is not my responsibility.
So I wish I had water so I could just stare at him with full eye contact and just pour it on myself.
Do you want water?
He hands it back to you. And he looks over at Eli. Someone of your profession should be able to use this soon. Just need a little more practice.
Yes, that would be the goal. That's why I'm still holding on to it.
Has quite the kick. But,
Good
no
to hear.
long-term dangerous effects.
Oh, so are you going to the ball? Are you invited?
I don't think so.
Oh, why don't you think so?
Well, I was certainly invited.
see.
It's just that I choose to avoid it.
Would you mind me asking why?
I would.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, I don't even know what this ball is. I'm just asking random questions.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you, gentlemen, and
It's a pleasure meeting you.
be safe.
Yeah, what a smart guy.
That's my second favorite NPC that Jake has made.
Yeah.
What's your name, sir? Let's get his name before he leaves.
Oh,
Look at that.
I've had a lot of those.
Oh,
Face? Oh god.
he's a faceless man. There's no
Or
stab
people
on
ask
his
you.
fingers.
There's a man with
Illusions.
face.
But,
As for here, I suppose.
Conric Flintpot. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Conric.
Write that down, write that
Flintpot.
down.
That is a perfect name for this character. Flintpot.
And he then goes invisible once more and walk towards the exit of the building. As he goes invisible, you notice a few students who were talking immediately notice the spell being cast and turn in his direction as he disappears. And then go back to their conversation.
What a great conversation.
You know, maybe do you want to go meet some other professors and ask if they're invited to the ball and ask about what's going on here at the college and I don't know, do something like that, and then go back and get ready to go to the ball?
I mean, if that's what you desire to do, we could do that. Or we could just not go to the ball.
Oh, do you not want to go?
I mean, it might be good to go, but then again, it could be dangerous for us, as, you know, the death of people tends to get us in trouble.
Yeah, but I feel like if we can sneak into the ball, maybe we can also sneak into the campus.
Could we leave the campus if we're going to keep talking about this?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think now is a great time to go to the crypts. We shall be in the castle for one reason or another, sooner or later.
We still have my questions later if we want to see.
Or we
what
can
Zoe
go to the
bring up.
ball and just, you know, look around, see what, you know, the opposition is.
I mean, that's reasonable.
We could just look around and not do anything shady.
Yes, we could. The issue is, what if other people are doing something shady?
Then we won't bother them. Unless they do something really shady, then we might. I don't know. I think we should stick together, and this way we can form a consensus if something weird happens.
Okay, but I'm going to put a lot of rules for Cedric on this.
Okay, what rules do you want?
Rule 1, you're not allowed to go.
And as you are breaking Rule 1, Rule 2 is definitely don't bring the you-know-what.
What?
The dragon?
No.
I should go anyway.
Yeah, no.
I don't
We're
think
gonna
you'd
send this
want to
out.
go. I don't think you'd have a good time with those people.
On the
I don't
contrary, I
think
feel
the
like I would quite
masquerade is
enjoy a
going to help
party.
you.
Mhm.
Really?
Yes.
Do you like parties?
I'm not sure. I've never been to one. I'm 5
I
days
think you
old.
would enjoy it. I think you would enjoy a party for what's worth, Delos. Just not a party with stupid, mean people.
I thought people were to assume that people were nice.
Yes, but these people are probably not.
These
It's
people
definitely
aren't.
going
We
to
know
be a
who they
mixed
are.
bag, Stalos. It's hard to tell the difference sometimes. Anyway, but no, I don't mean Delos. I mean the you-know-what.
Sword.
Mm-hmm. Which means, if something goes bad, you are a civilian, not a you.
Yeah, I'm not that stupid.
Could've fooled me.
Delos reaches up and taps the ring of disguise self that Cedric has.
What?
Right. Rule 3. Well, Rule 3 is just going to be Rule 1. You really shouldn't go, especially if, as thank you, Delos, they have something against your illusion.
I mean, it is a masquerade ball, so
Yeah, I can just keep the.
only reasonable that you aren't to know who each other are.
Yeah. That's the only reason why I want to go. If it was no mask, then I wouldn't go.
But you could go in as disguise regardless.
When masked parties were cool and not socially distanced.
Mm-hmm.
We don't
I
have
can-
to bring any big weapons. I can probably kill half the people in the party with a knife.
I say we don't. I mean, yes, you can. Maybe I shouldn't bring a weapon though.
I mean, neither of us should probably bring anything big if we're going.
From the
Who
conversation
would come with
with
us?
from the conversation with Flint Pot, did it look like he was eyeing Cedric in a weird way, or was
Yes.
he really just? Yeah.
He was eyeing all of you in a weird way.
I mean, we're walking around with a dragon.
In
Yeah.
college.
Yes.
I mean, if somebody walked in with a dragon to like Price Chopper, you know, that would draw some attention.
Yes, but I mean, this is an illusionist who had something against illusions, and is just. So I'm assuming that he was able to see Cedric for what he is, and I was trying to pick up on that.
Slightly
If he saw
paler
Cedric
and
by
dead
what
looking.
if he saw Cedric for what he wasn't off put by it.
Okay.
Slightly paler.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna say don't go, especially if the ones using the objects will be there. I'm just saying be careful regardless, but I'm going to stay back and use some magic to gather other information.
Okay.
All right. What about you, Ronan?
I don't know. I feel like I would like to go, but I have to leave my weapons. I don't know how comfortable I am leaving my weapons.
I assume
Well,
the
the
party's
idea is-
invite only. So if we should probably just send in Cedric disguised as Flint Pot.
No, he's too
Why not
tall.
just make him invisible?
But he's got his magic thing.
It's like a foot of difference. Not Flint Pot's a solid 2 feet shorter than Cedric.
He can sit on his knees.
Eli, for the record, I think you should also go because you're stealthy when you need to be and you are smart.
Yeah, but I can just wait outside for when things go belly up, and then
Yeah, but I need to work with someone if I am to be successful.
Well, we can
I'm not
stay
like a
outside
solo
and
agent.
and you can be invisible.
Yeah, but as far
Yeah.
as we know, we only know one person who's invited.
You just be invisible.
I could just be.
He
invisible.
also did say that he's not going.
Yes.
So we could, yeah.
Like, that's our in. And
The issue is he's short, and the only person who's short is Hafser, and he doesn't want to go anywhere.
I physically cannot get any information that would help. As I do not. I mean, I'd go for the hors d'oeuvres and probably the nice music, but yeah.
Just
Wait,
don't.
okay,
invite
hear
him.
me out. We go back to the college. We ask professors like what they're doing, and then if they say that they're not going, then we have another identity.
I mean,
you have time.
that
to
would
do that?
feel kind of suspicious, but that's an option.
Well, no, like we talk to them about stuff and be like, "Oh, are you going to the ball, by the way? What's that going to be like?" And it's like, "Oh, well, it's a coincidence. Okay, well, like have a great day."
We were lucky enough to find Flint Pot. Let's not push it. If you're gonna go in, I say you don't go in disguised as anyone, you just sneak in. Because you're good at that.
I'm not that great at it. I'm okay at it. I'm not so great that I would bet my life on it.
Would you like to be better at it? Would that change your mind?
I'd rather not take the chance because then I'll have to sneak back, and if I'm sneaking, I'm not.
I mean, worst
Even
comes
if
to
I
worst,
sneak
you can
in there.
run back.
I don't want to take that chance. I think just putting the mask on, saying Flint Pot, probably.
But you're not a half.
That's fair.
Flint Pot is a known illusionist.
Sarah, why don't you go?
Are we really asking this question?
Yeah.
We just went over this. He doesn't want to go.
No, I know he doesn't want to go, but like, he would do great.
In
Because
what
if he
way?
gets caught, he can't do anything about it.
If I get caught, I can't do anything about it.
Well, I can do more than you. My words are my weapon.
Exactly.
I mean, I
You're
guess
talking
yes.
yourself into this.
I understand that I look like the best choice, but I can't lie my way out of a bag.
You
Thought
won't
you were-
have to lie your way out of a bag
To
because
be-
you're telling the truth.
To be fair, none of
Most
you
of the
can
time.
lie.
Yeah. None of us are good at lying to people.
Eli might be.
Yeah.
Plus
doesn't he
8's
have
pretty good.
Yes.
against a
If I
minus
go into this by
2?
myself, I'm just in
Yeah,
a worse position
no.
than if you did this.
I can possibly be intimidating and or persuasive, but I am definitely not.
You see, and I
deceptive.
can't be any of those things.
You
I can
still
be
have a plus
stealthy
1.
and lie to people.
Look, I would much rather go, but I don't think that's the best way to do this.
Well, then I guess Eli's going out alone.
Well, he's not going at all. He's not going in.
Then I guess we should stop talking about this and let me just go cast and see what we can find out.
Well, no, look,
I
I think one of
suppose
us should go.
We'll move
Okay,
the
so fine.
topic to that.
So I can't convince
I
you to
have
go.
one scry. Who do we want to try it on? What information? Who do we think has the best information at what time to give?
Can you scry on the Dark Elves?
Which one?
Or the Drow?
Which one?
Probably the female?
She's most likely heavily warded, but that's one choice.
I don't think spying on the king would get us anywhere good.
I had considered that too. I also have my 3 questions, and perhaps I can beseech my god
Would
to do so.
spying on the Drow chick be a good idea?
No. I don't think she has the information we want. If anything, we should scry on the 2 that we heard earlier today.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Is that who we were talking about? The man in the bone?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about the shopkeep.
No, she's a moon
Well, the
elf.
shopkeep's an elf.
Ah. I suppose that would be a better idea. They all look alike to me.
The racist little dwarf.
Oh,
It's
come
all
on,
the
that's a joke.
same. They're just
no, you're a
elves.
dwarf. It's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a criticism. It's a compliment to your role playing.
The human party standing around the dwarf.
Yeah.
Okay. Hear me out.
And do we have any yes or no questions, or do we want to try something simpler? It will be vague, but we might be able to get more information with it.
Yes or no questions. Oh boy.
Will the king die tonight?
That's pretty specific. Will
Let me look at the
anyone in
word-
the
let me look
party
at the
die from
wording of
poisoning
this.
tonight?
Let me open up my little prayer book and see what we got and see how this works.
Is the
I actually
food poisoned?
I actually think being as vague as possible is probably great.
Divination.
Oh, maybe
I
actually
definitely
there's an
don't have that.
anti-magic field in the party to stop disguises.
Is that what we want to do? Is that what we want to use one of the yes or no questions on?
I
Which
mean,
one? We presented 3 options.
It's a lot of options.
Well, I'm not following all of them, so explain.
King, anyone, food poison.
Okay, so is someone at the party going to be poisoned with the venom we acquired? Is that one?
It feels kind of specific. I feel like we should just go.
It
with
is a yes or no
will
question.
Will somebody at the party die of poisoning?
do we even have to say of poisoning? Could we just say, will someone in the party
We could just
be
go with,
assassinated?
will somebody at the masquerade party die?
Yeah, there you go. That's close enough. Because then if it is, it's like time to go anyway.
Has to be kind of specific. Because like everyone's gonna die at some point.
But not at the party.
Right, but that doesn't
Everyone's
mean the wording of that kind of could
Then say
mean
Will
during.
somebody at
When
the
it
party
during.
tonight die?
yes,
Yes.
that is the important word there.
Oh, maybe during is better because maybe like they can go there and then
Will
oh wait no.
somebody
because-
die during the party?
Yeah, during.
Yes,
Yeah.
during that specific part of it, yes.
Will the poison we acquired be used against someone at the party?
Oh, you're doing this now?
No.
Okay.
You know, we're just going through options.
Gotcha.
Make sure we've
I was
got
like, I
the
thought we
right
were like, we're going. Okay, I've not had any time to describe the
Now,
spell.
we're
God.
going now.
Come on, DM, faster.
Yeah.
Right in the river.
Yeah.
We're doing it. The whole river better glow green when we get a yes.
But
Big red
For
light for no,
sake
yellow
of-
for maybe.
The whole
that's
city
for
lights
where we are
up.
right now.
Try again later.
Get it back to our rooms yet?
Yeah, if you've been
The-
walking
and-
to the inn the whole time, you can make it back.
Yeah, and we don't have a reason to be anywhere else. 'cause
Absolutely.
Worst the worst. We're not far from the
You
castle.
make it back to the inn. It seems pretty empty, as on your way there, you saw a lot of gray cloaks in their garbs headed to the castle.
Well, they were.
Can I
Fine,
see
look
any
at the
stores
castle.
I could stop by to pick up some fancy clothing for the thing if I decide to go?
They would be across the river.
How long would it take for me to get there?
It's about a 20-minute walk, and then however long it takes you to shop.
It's not terribly long. Okay.
Okay, if you're going to do that, you can do that while everybody else is doing this, or you can stick
Well,
with them.
no,
for now.
no, because I still need to talk to everyone. Then they want to do that first, so
You
I'll.
can just use your ring.
I'm
Right, but I still need to have the stuff for the party.
No, you don't.
Oh, can you just ask if it's an anti-magic? Yeah, but what if someone has some magic thing they can see through the disguise and they can point me out?
Yes.
I mean, that'd be
mentioned this
hilarious
earlier.
if you were just butt naked standing in the middle of
No, right. But if this person's like working
vote
for the
for this.
government, then he knows something's up, but then he can get a bunch of guards on me.
I mean, we just learned that there's a college of illusionists. So,
Well, at least the illusion is one of the things taught at the university.
yes. If you want fancy clothing, you can get fancy clothing. I'm just saying now might not be the most glorious time to use it,
Why is that?
because it probably won't come up. But if it does, it would be good to have them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because I will just die if they catch me.
Alright, I will put that down as one of our things. Is someone or something at the party able to see through Cedric's illusion? We know that's a yes, but hey, it's confirmation. Wait, that doesn't make
so
sense.
do we want to go shopping first, or do we want to ask
Well,
questions first?
before that, I think it's a huge mistake to send me in there. I think there's better people to do that.
Well, that's why we weren't sending anyone in there.
I think
So no one else wants to go.
the bigger mistake would be to only send one person without backup.
That's what I was also saying.
Well, that's why I was gonna
Okay.
wait outside the castle just in case something
But
came
you
up.
have to
'Cause
use
I can
some
get in the
witness.
castle.
How would
Will
you
he
communicate?
We wouldn't. I would die.
He can scream pretty loudly.
But it's too late at that point. Look, we're not getting in a fight here. I'm not even bringing my weapon.
I mean, worst comes to worst, you can literally use like a butter knife to deal 1d8 damage.
Oh, wait a second. I do have wall hacks though. I can just wall hack through the castle.
Oh, yeah. You can just be like, okay, I'm going and walk.
I can
through the
become a
wall.
ghost and leave. Okay, but still, I think it's good if we both come because
Before
if I
too
can
much
do
in-game time passes, I
Okay.
would like to do something.
Okay.
I would like
Let's
to cast
ask
sending.
questions first, and then we can go to town.
Okay.
Go to the
Who are you
town to
casting
buy-
sending
Wait.
to? And are you doing
can-
this in your room or on the first floor of the inn?
but there's so much stuff going on because we're having like 3 different things happening.
We're trying to work our way through all of our problems.
Oh God!
Imagine when we play a real sandbox campaign.
Well, in the sandbox campaign, we'll start fresh, so we'll
In
have
the
a few
sandbox
sessions before
campaign,
we
we
have,
would have
like-
just murdered the king and run off.
Yeah.
To be fair, this is pretty sandboxy. Like, you guys are making all of your own decisions here. This is not what I had planned for this evening.
What
Yeah.
did you have planned for this evening?
I thought you were gonna talk to the Nashers!
Yes, but I've been spending like the past 3 sessions trying to convince Cedric that talking to the Nashers is a poor plan.
Well,
It doesn't mean that's-
and then you
Negotiating
talked
with
to me
terrorists
about the
generally
session.
goes poorly.
Yeah, and then you were talking to me about this session, and I was like, "Yeah, we're going to talk to the Nashers." And then Dan reminded me of that, and I immediately remembered that we agreed that we're not doing that.
I'm just...
It would be good to talk to them at some point, but like
You got-
negotiating
something to
with
bring them
terrorists
first.
when we don't have anything they want is a poor plan.
You got to meet Flint Pot. I was planning on it being a poor plan. You got to meet Flint Pot, so I'm like, I'm kind of happy, but it's at the same time, it's not what I had planned.
Jake, it's never what you had planned.
Yeah.
Except for last session, which was like a miracle.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, man.
But I am going to cast sending on our innkeeper friend.
She's behind the bar.
Okay, that's also what I wanted to double check. Is she behind the bar? Cool, because that's the information person.
Rogue's such a weird class. Literally, if
No.
I lose my short bow and throw a butter knife at somebody, it does 1 less. It does at most 2 less damage.
But the way you roll it probably won't make a difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Before heading upstairs, I would like to ask her whose name I have forgotten.
Madame Roseanne.
Adam Rosen.
Knowing the NPCs I made, let's go. Okay. But what are you asking? The bar's pretty empty at this point.
Yeah.
There's no Zentarms in here this time.
Yeah. I heard about the party. Is the collective in the back going? I think we saw them leave.
The council will not be attending. There are gray cloaks there as guards.
Hmm.
Was the council invited?
Yes. Them
Can
not
we-
attending is a form of protest.
Can
Right.
we go in place of them?
if you go in place of them, I think the Grey Cloaks would figure out,
Let
and
her
then that
answer
would.
first.
To what end?
I'm glad you're bringing this up now. I don't think they had one.
I'm not opposed.
Right.
But if you're going to go and ask them for their invitations, you'll need a reason.
Well,
I don't know. Why do we want to go to the party?
To figure out what the opposition's planning.
so
see
you're
what they're
just
like.
going
Sure
in
that.
to talk to people.
Yes.
Good thing I'm not going.
And would it be
I
the four
don't
of you?
want to talk to people.
3.
I would like it to be if I can convince people to like go places.
I should have you known that if you go in with their invitations, you will draw some attention to yourselves. The council attending a publicly held event by the king would be significant. So you'll need to be awfully good at lying. You're going to keep your disguises.
Well, I'm glad I had the thought at least.
I'm pretty okay at that.
I can try. It's worth a shot. No matter what, I won't do anything to get the Grey Cloaks, in hot water.
That will be the concern.
I mean, if something happens to happen.
Oh, of course, we just deny all connection to you guys as your executions, but...
Yes. Perfect.
Right, so you can't lose anything out of this. You can only win something from us doing this.
I'm aware, but... the council will still need a reason for you to take their invitations. And then once you're there, you're going to have to be good at selling yourselves.
Yes. The other thing is, before we start, what would the Grey Cloaks want? What would their council want? What are your opinions as to what should happen to the city? Because then I will also say them.
You were not to discuss politics on our behalf while you're there.
Okay.
Definitely not.
But I'm more asking if I get questioned, I can be convincing.
You cannot be convincing.
All right, so you're saying if anyone questions me on politics, I'm basically dead.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there anything else?
I don't think so. I just wanted to see where the council was going. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, and I guess we'll continue discussion. And I guess we'll now continue discussion on either third question or who we want to scry on.
I still think scrying on the drow was probably a good idea.
See if he's actually there to do harm. Yes.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Which one, the male or the female?
he has poison.
Yeah.
What else would he do if not kill?
Right.
Murder, stab.
Murder stab.
So,
Danny, you really know how to roleplay a Skaven. I'm proud of you.
scry on.
Write a book on it.
Turn the drum in. O-R-S-O-N. Poison. Alright. And we could probably track him pretty well because what is the chances of worm poison being anywhere else? So as long as I'm within 500
low.
feet of the castle, we could know exactly where he is as long as there's no other purple worm poison.
Okay.
So we can keep track of that later. Just a
Please.
thought.
So you use that like an entire food cart lights up.
That'd be pretty bad.
I don't know why it's so funny, but it is.
I mean, because it's right.
All right, so you have your three
Yeah.
questions and who you're scrying on? Come on, we got 8 minutes. Let's do this before the break. I have faith in you guys.
Already
Come
through
on.
an hour and a half.
You
Let's
can
go.
do it.
Will the poison we acquired be used against someone at the party? Probably yes. Is there someone or something that's able to see through Cedric's illusion? Probably. We probably want to replace
Don't say
that one
Cedric,
too.
say. Yeah, I guess Cedric. I think
We have a
illusion
third
is
question
more...
that isn't this related. We know from previous sex.
Did we ask if we could wipe out the orcs yet?
You mean I should ask my deity if it's possible for us to do it, or if we should
If
do
it's
it?
possible for us to do it. I don't see a reason why we shouldn't.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a question of
Yes.
is it possible in head-on combat for us to kill all of the orcs?
Oh, definitely.
No, in head-on combat we can't. We have to like take him out like in one pack at a time.
Right.
I don't know.
Depends.
I feel
So,
like there's
do
more
we
than
have
1,000 orcs or something.
Yeah. So, do we want to? So let's needle at that question a little bit. What do we want to know about the orcs, or do you just want to know if it's favorable for us to fight them?
I just wanted to know if it was favorable, but if you have something specific in mind, that's probably better.
I'd like to know if it's a front. From what we heard about the Drow,
yeah, it could
like
be a
this might be the war could be a front. Something could be guiding the orcs.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
that
don't know.
seems
I
like
think
a
it's
better
Is there
plan.
something other than zealotry that is driving the orcs?
Is there somebody backing the orcs from Neverwinter? No.
Oh, that's a
They
better
wouldn't be
question.
from Neverwinter. Is one of the factions in Neverwinter backing the orcs?
I think just saying someone in Neverwinter
Yeah,
would be more capable of getting a yes, because we want to be as broad as possible with yes or no questions.
Yeah.
Is there someone in Neverwinter driving the orcs? Is that
The only issue with that statement is then if they aren't physically in Neverwinter, it'll be a no.
fair?
boy.
But I feel like that's as much as that's definitely phrasing.
I feel like it just should be the question of, is a non-orc backing the orcs?
Sure.
I think we can all
Outside
guess
of-
the answer is yes, but confirmation is nice.
Because if we just find that the orcs are just here because they want to work around and burn down a city, it's not a super big problem for us. We can just kill orcs when it's necessary.
Yeah. Okay. So again, these are 3 questions. Will the poison be used against someone at the party? Is there someone at the party able to see through Cedric's illusion? Is a non-orc driving the orc warband?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. I will sit down and cast Commune. I'll pull out my little bowl, fill it with water, take a swig. Let's see what we got.
Okay. So the same rolling blue mist covers the floor in front of you as you can see the fire of the forge begin to burn inside of your bowl. What is your first question?
Will the poison we acquired today be used against someone at the party?
There is a glowing green gem inside for yes.
Oh God.
Let's go. Good reason to not be there.
Yeah.
Actually, there's another.
I'm gonna
reason why
change
we
the
should
second
not be
question
there.
because I'm gonna change the second question.
It's your thing.
Mhm.
Because then, if the Grey Cloaks are not involved at all, looks better for the Grey
Yes.
Cloaks, right? Which we want to help out. So
Exactly.
actually, do they look shady then? If
No,
they're
'cause
not
none of them
there.
were there.
Right. If none of them are there, and someone gets poisoned, like, oh, they're not there because they poisoned someone.
Maybe, but it's better just to not be there.
Okay,
To not look
better,
suspicious.
Is the target a... This is my question. Is the target a driving force in... Not Neverwinter, Ember something, correct?
About Neverember?
Neverember. Is the individual someone important to Neverember?
You get a very uncertain answer. You
Okay,
get the,
that's actually really telling. That's actually really telling.
you get the feeling that certainly not politically.
That's a very good answer. Okay. Is a non-orc driving the orc warband forward?
Definitive yes.
Behind.
No question about it.
Okay.
Okay, so the orcs are being pushed around by a non-orc.
Yes.
Somebody's dying, and they're kind of important to Neverember. This all
Right.
seems great for us.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and now I'm disappointed because now I think you're right, and that if we go, we're just going to make both us and the Grey Cloaks look bad or die.
Exactly.
Luckily, I do have a scry. So, the question is, like, we should definitely keep tabs on this party, and we should
Yes,
definitely
we
keep
should.
tabs on this. So the question is, how close do we want to be? Do we want to be close enough for me to track the worm poison as it's in
How
the castle?
close do you have to be to track the worm poison?
If we know where the dining hall is, I'd say if we get within 800-ish feet, we should be fine.
How big is the castle?
Big.
Well, how?
So you could get the dining hall is kind of, it's not buried deep inside of it, so you could get to the outskirts of it based off of what Eli and Cedric have read about the history of Neverwinter.
Okay.
So yeah.
You could
And
hit like the
that's-
first 30, 40 feet of the dining hall.
We could know who was poisoned. That can maybe let us know what to do in the future.
Well, we know it's someone important to Neverember.
Right, and because of that, they can just lie about what
Kind of
happened.
important. If he
You know what I
dies,
mean?
Neverember
Because the
doesn't.
Grey Cloaks aren't there, it's only them. They could lie about what happened and we'd never know. We know someone's getting poisoned, but what I'm saying is we might not know who got poisoned.
I mean,
Right.
it's not like they can really hide the fact that somebody died at the party.
Right.
And they can always get someone to cover for that person. Illusion is pretty common.
That's fair, but chances are we'll still hear about the fact that they died.
I mean, it's all everyone that backs him. If they all agree to,
I can give
Keep something a
myself
secret.
advantage on charisma checks, but that's really not going to help. If we truly want to send me in there, then like, and I'm not really saying this.
I
in
don't
character.
feel like we should be there because it will look very suspicious for us
Yeah.
to be there.
In
yeah.
all fairness,
And the
if they
whole
were
reason why we're
tried
doing
on
this.
Cedric, they would definitely know Eli, but me and Ronan, we definitely wouldn't be on their radar as much as new people, or maybe more so because they don't know what we do really,
That's fair.
and that's just
I
scram
don't really
stuff.
think any of the options are good.
Yeah, none of the options are real great.
Aside from tracking the
I feel like we should just spy on one of the drow and see what happens.
okay.
That seems like a fair play.
Do we want to wait to see if we can catch him in the act, or do we want to do it now to see if he's getting ready?
We should probably do it now to see if he's getting. Well, when's the party starting?
Maybe an hour.
Okay, so we should probably wait until the party's going because that's probably when they'll get murdered.
Are we sure we don't want to be closer with locate object?
Are you sure you
can.
can use that on the castle?
That's fair.
I
Yeah,
want
there
to cast
could be
locate
something.
object on Castle Never, and then the magic is just like you.
If
you
I cast
absolutely
me again,
dumbass.
there's a chance it fails, so let's not do that. And I can't do both.
Oh, the chance it fails?
Yeah, if you keep using most divination spells, there's a chance that you might get a random reading.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, it gets pretty crazy when you just keep casting augury over and over and over again.
What is augury?
It's the whaler woe.
Oh, okay.
Like, if I do this, do I win?
All right,
or
one
do
more
I
thing
lose?
before we take a break. What are you guys doing?
I suppose
Go
we'll-
close to the castle and do the poison thing, I guess.
No, let's
Yeah.
try first to see if he's actually getting ready.
Okay.
Alright. I will double check scrying, actually.
Yeah, I have it
just
pulled up
make
right now
sure-
too.
Okay. So
So
double check to make sure I have the component for that. Oh no. I definitely don't have that.
you can use one of your gems, I suppose.
Well, as much as I do have that much worth, and yeah, I guess they're. I mean, this is a new skill I've developed recently. Well, yeah, I guess I would have an expensive enough bowl. Let's say that, because that's just all my focuses.
Okay,
They're
so
just
mark
bowls.
off.
It's not.
Yeah, I
it's
know.
just an object. It doesn't consume
Yeah. How much money left in gems do you
But
have?
you gotta have the bowl.
tons.
Okay, so
Does-
then just mark up 1,000 golden gems to get the
Because I'm
bowl.
buying one, or because consuming them?
Because you're needed to get a bowl at some point.
Okay.
So if
To
you
get a
wanted
what?
a bowl,
So I
Is that
think
for
I had.
spells?
let's say
1,000.
750 because you could do an exchange at the store.
Is
So
that like
Yeah.
an investment? Is that like an investment type thing, or is
Yes.
it one-time use?
no, it's investment.
This is an investment thing.
You can do this again.
It's probably a good idea for you to get it anyway, honestly.
Yeah. Oh. Did I have my?
You had, yeah.
I know I had a ton of gems. It's just I lost Hofstad's character sheet that had that information on
Oh,
it. So
okay.
and-
It'll be okay. We'll work it out later.
yeah, I think I had like 2,700 because I
That
used.
sounds right to me. We shouldn't be doing a ton of revivifying tonight anyway.
Assuming everything goes well.
Yeah.
It's either none of us die or all of us die in this situation. I think.
Well, the thing is, I also used some gems to purchase the thing.
Yeah, I know. I
so
think you're
it's
okay.
more like, okay. Gem. Okay, so that
Not
drops
too worried
me
about the specifics
to.
right now.
Okay, so that drops me to 1950.
Okay.
Okay. 1950 worth of gems, and then the 12 castings of ceremony. Ceremony. All right. All right. I'll sit down with the bowl, fill it with water, take a swig, and cast Scrying on targeting the drow gentleman that we have seen.
The
twice
gentleman or
now.
the woman?
The gentleman or the woman, guys? Like we assume, like who
The
are we
woman.
assuming is doing it? The woman?
I think it's the. Oh wait. Wait, no, I think the gentleman because the woman seemed like she was with them. You know.
He seemed older. She was definitely significantly younger. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he.
he also
Okay.
seemed like he had experience with magic.
Yep.
I'm just giving you chances of failing or passing.
Yep. Second hand, you've heard of the target. Familiar, you know the target well. Okay. I don't have a connection to this guy. Okay. So this is definitely a first hand. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So just
Don't
a straight roll on my
fail.
part.
I think so.
Okay.
The target is the man.
What's your spell save DC?
My spell save DC is 17.
Okay. You watch as in the bowl filled with holy water, a scene begin to manifest in front of you. And there's two things that you can hear in the scene that comes before the vision. The first is the sound of somebody throwing up in the background. And the second is the sound of an axe connecting with a human skull. As the scene comes into play,
Oh wow.
you can see the male drow, not disguised, wearing clinical white gloves over his hands, carrying a large orcish battle axe. On the floor in the room where he's standing, you can see two dead people, a man and a woman. They appear to be of high class, and they were clearly getting ready for the masquerade. The woman has already been beheaded, and
Oh.
while the man was already dead, he seems to have taken the axe and buried it clean through the top of his skull, as he lies face down at his desk.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Can
Oh,
I see like a nameplate or something?
No, you can't clearly make out a nameplate. In the distance, though, you can clearly see the tower district, and you can clearly see the tower that was flickering in and out of sight, meaning that this must be pretty close to that location.
10 minutes.
In the corner, you see throwing up the young drow woman who he had been singing with previously. And she looks over to him. And as she finishes throwing up, she kind of wipes her mouth and she says, "Father, I have no issue killing someone that works for Neverember or killing someone close to Neverember. But killing innocent people? Is that really necessary?" He just looks over and says, Darling, if this plan was going to work, it was always going to be necessary to do something like this. We just need to show that the Zemtarms have let their friends, the Orcs, wander a little bit too far. And as he says this, he dips his fingers into the blood of the man lying on the table and paints a symbol on the wall. And that if they are going to continue with their plan, then a new force needs to be brought to the table.
Uh-oh. Yes, that new force is us, right, guys?
That would be us.
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, they said that would be us.
Of course that would be us, darling. Look, I'm doing all of this for you. This is our empire. This is the only way we'll ever fit into the world of men. And he takes the bloodied glove off and he pats her on the cheek. You do have the poison, right? Yes, right here. And she sets it down on the table. Excellent. Look around for their invitations. Let's see. We can use some of their clothing here. The old man will never see this coming. And then, once the dead are found at the party, the ties will be traced back here. While orcs are usually brutal, they have been known to be cunning in the past. And we should be able to use that to our advantage, showing that clearly reinforcements are needed here. And who better to serve than the Brielle Mercenary Company? She still looks extremely queasy. She says,
Jesus.
I'll do as you ask. And she begins going through their stuff.
Okay, guys. This might sound... Okay. This sounds like a terrible idea. I think this
You
is a
watch
terrible idea.
as he
no.
then manifests a dagger out of thin air into his still gloved left hand and carves the symbol that he painted on the wall into the dead woman's skin on the floor.
Do I recognize this symbol? Or if
You saw it
has
on the orcs
any-
that you fought outside.
It's the symbol
Mhm.
of whatever deity they worship. Gotcha. Okay,
So I see a few things we could do here.
we're going to track them in at least.
That's an option.
We're going
We
to go to
can
break.
either like follow them and expose them in the act,
That's what I think. Yeah.
or we can just prove ourselves. We can just do what they're doing, but better, by just killing the orcs and proving that we're the ones that they should be paying to make us do stuff.
So while you're having this conversation, you hear one last thing from the scrying bolt before it goes out.
Mhm.
And he says, Darling, you did butcher those worms, didn't you? And she says, Yes, father. It looked like the orcs gathered the venom.
Dick!
Wait, he killed the one. Oh.
They weren't supposed to do that.
I mean, we killed all the worms anyway.
We killed 2 of them, but they weren't supposed. I thought it was
Okay,
against their
so
religion.
I think
You know what?
exposing them is probably the better idea, but how do you say
That's where we're
actually
going
do
to
it?
go ahead and take a break. And we'll give you guys
Yeah.
Okay.
10 minutes to think about what you're going to be doing next.
That was
Okay.
so screwed.
We'll be back at
So we
51.
can, yeah.
That's okay, I have you muted still. So, gentlemen, I have been told by the person I live with that you've come up with a spicy plan.
I
I don't know
if
what
we're
it
actually
is.
sticking to that plan. We were talking about that plan, and then I left, and now I'm back. I hope we're still doing that plan because it sounded smart.
I don't know what
Oh.
the plan is. I wasn't here for it. So, what are we doing?
Which
Are we still doing the
I
plan,
think we
guys?
had like 3. I think
The
we
one
had
where
3.
you show up and expose them, and then
Oh gosh!
I believe in you, Nate. This
I know
time
you
you can
believe
do it.
in me.
Nate,
but
think of
wait,
it. Nate, look, listen to me, okay?
You have to convince
Unless-
Nate.
You have to
Unless-
convince Hopsair, not
No,
Nate.
I know, no, because he'd be fine with it. You're the one I have to convince, okay? This is your redemption arc, Nate. Every time your character does something by himself, the character dies. This is the time. This is the time, okay?
The
You
redemption
do
arc
something
is
epic.
called Caster Plan.
No!
You
No!
guys go deal with the stuff. I'll be
No.
back here.
This is the
I'll be back
time.
here with my Sentinel man.
This is the time,
Cool.
okay, that you do something epic. It was by yourself, and you expose all of the libtards.
There's only one thing to do.
Exactly.
I
Yes.
May you
Alright.
die a glorious death.
Blood
No,
for the
you're not
blood
gonna-
god, skulls for the skull throat. No.
Okay, let's go. I got a big warhammer and a plan.
and I'm gonna start getting together what few nice clothes I have to hopefully make something that doesn't look terrible.
Okay. You're able to
then-
piece together a decent outfit, not quite the class of the dead people that you saw lying on the floor during your scry, but decent enough.
Okay.
What do you want me to do while you're doing that?
I
Should I
want
wait
Get the
just
ring of
outside?
invisibility too, just so you can like try to avoid talking to people.
Yes, but I don't want to disguise myself. Okay. Here's what I think I will do. I don't want to go into the party, but I want to make sure they don't get in either. So I think just stoking out the entrance.
You can just
Using-
go find the dead bodies and like alert the guards.
Then we should hurry. We've already spent like 10 minutes putting this on.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what did you want me to do? Again?
I want you to go clean up. Well, I think you bring attention to the bodies, and I'm going to describe the place of where they were.
You get a
To
vague
him.
enough idea. It's still going to take some looking.
You want me to just like sprint over there and start looking as fast as I can?
Probably.
Yeah, I'll go with
Okay.
Eli, and we
Go
can
in
both look
behind
for
him.
where.
Eli's much faster than you are, but you can
I
lag
know,
behind
but
him.
I'll lag behind. Yeah.
Okay. So Eli and Cedric book it.
Ronan, you're with me.
Oh, we're bringing weapons, right?
Ronan should bring
Yeah.
weapons. You two should
Delos
bring
looks up.
weapons. I'm going up nothing.
Okay,
Stay
high risk,
here.
high reward
Okay.
plan, boys. Let's go.
Good
Oh
luck.
boy. Okay.
Please stay here, Delos.
Of course.
This is gonna get weird.
Look, okay, this is a win-win for us. But it's a TPK. We got to start fresh with a new positive attitude, right? And if we pull this off, then we're golden.
My friends, don't die.
Cedric said,
Delos, you are the most majestic thing that I've ever seen in my life, and if I die, that would be very sad.
you're not gonna die. I have a feeling Isabel's just gonna bring you back before I do.
I don't know, but Delos, no matter what happens, I want you to stick to this awesome, kind spirit that you have and help people,
It's in
like
my
I know
nature.
you do. Yeah.
Okay, stop saying goodbye. We're burning sunlight.
Yes.
There's no more sunlight. It's getting
Shoot,
dark
that's
out.
extremely
Oh, God,
inappropriate
we're
for the
going.
current campaign. First off, we're going out. Locate object. Targeting worm venom.
Okay, it's not in range yet.
Yep. To the castle.
Okay, so you sprint towards the castle. With Ronan, Eli and Cedric sprint towards the Tower District.
Cedric
So
first. I don't want
while Eli and Cedric are on their way, you pass by a number of well-dressed people, some in carriages, some couples walking arm in arm, all headed towards towards Castle Never. Outside Castle Never, you can see mostly Neverwinter guards, not Greycloaks or Zentarum, patting people down and checking them, and checking invitations as they walk into the castle. Hafser, what is your plan for getting in?
Oh, I'm not getting in yet.
Okay.
I have locate object open. That's working for the next hour. I just want to see when the drow are getting here.
Okay.
I'm waiting for them. Because waiting is a great plan that you should always take because it means doing nothing until it's very important to do something. It's terrible
That's my
advice.
plan with homework.
Do not listen to me.
It's called procrastinating.
Yeah.
Then you need to
why
write
I
a
do
paper
it.
in 15 minutes before
You
midnight.
can make
It's
a pun
great.
with my name
Yeah,
in
of
it, which is
course.
why I'm so dumb good at it.
Okay, so you're waiting. Eli and Cedric, I need you both to roll me investigation checks. And no, you're running, so you cannot help each other.
No.
Okay, but listen to me here.
When it was actually important, I whiffed.
I can slow down to his speed and help him look.
No.
24.
Yeah.
You feel
Yeah,
like you're
yeah,
getting closer to the
24.
general area, but you're still a good ways off. You're like within the right couple of blocks, but finding any signs of intrusion is not something that's happened yet.
I know exactly what to look for.
Yes, you do. So why don't you both go ahead and roll again as you're looking up and down the streets? The people walking past you are no help either.
Why?
19.
No, it's still a little iffy. Hofstare, what's the range on locate object?
1,000.
1,000. Hang on. You know what I can do right now?
You can pull up a weird map.
Mm.
Whoa! This man had the court of Neverwinter just there. That's amazing.
I do try.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry, it's blurry. It's the best I can do, given the internet sucks.
Haha, Jake's a try
I
hard.
actually love
Try
it.
hard. Try hard.
So
Try hard.
you're near the front of the castle.
Mm-hmm.
As you're kind of waiting and people are beginning to file in, you get a ping for one of the 2 vials that you saw.
All right. Looking in that general direction, I will wait until it is within sight.
Okay. Do you get to know exactly where it is?
Describe or name an object as familiar to you. You sense the direction of the object's location as long as the object is within 1,000 feet of you. If the object is in motion, you know the direction of its movements. That's up to you, but I feel like it's a RPG marker just pointing to the exact location you need to trigger this particular
I feel
cutscene.
like it's more like a general vicinity than a GPS
Is it
tracker.
not like... I'm not saying it's a GPS tracker. I'm saying that...
Okay, well, it's moving towards the
Okay.
gate as the line is slowly walking forwards.
Moving toward the gate.
I'm way too nervous for this. I don't like this. I hate being the only one able to do magic. I really didn't want to do this.
I know you didn't, Nate. That's why I'm enjoying it so much.
So we just can't find what we're supposed to be finding?
You haven't found it yet.
Yeah, you 2 roll me investigation checks again.
Okay! I rolled a 24.
I rolled
And
a 20.
Eli rolled a 20, so really good rolls.
Okay, you're on the exactly right block at this point. It's just a matter of finding the right house.
Nice.
So in a second, I'll have you guys roll me another check. What course of action are you and Ronan taking?
Excellent question. What course of action are we taking?
Hofstare is too dead set on the plan of casting Dispel Magic to show these guys that, hey, they're not who they say they are. And the guards are like, they were wearing illusion magic. Shit. And hopefully they do something. That's my dumb plan, which is a terrible plan. Let's be honest. Ronan, tell me you have a better plan, please.
I don't think I hate your plan, but we'd have to be in a better location to do it, right?
What, do you want me to stand on your shoulders or something? I'm too
Well,
fat. I won't
The
do it.
poison is moving towards the guards that are patting people down.
I give him the ring and I say just go.
You're gonna have to throw me. Don't tell the elf.
Like if I give him the invisibility ring, he should be able to get close enough. Without being
I'm close enough now. I
Then
can just
why-
cast,
I like-
I know the location of the pot. If I cast Dispel Magic in that vicinity, I should hit something. Because you don't gotta see it. It's just within range. And since I
Okay,
know the general
I-
location of it.
That's
It's
like my
just-
plan.
Alright. If they are in the vicinity of being pat down, I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on the point of which I can sense the thing. Because I don't have to see it for some reason.
Okay. It's moving through the guards at the checkpoint. Nate?
I'm going to make sure I say I'd casted that 3rd level spell then. Because that definitely happened.
What spell?
Dispel Magic.
And is that a roll on your part?
Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. The
Okay.
magical effect I'm targeting is an illusion-based 1st level spell-ish. At 3rd level, I'm casting the spell.
There
on the
is.
target.
They're all three are masked. There are two women being patted down, one on the left, one on the right, and then there's a gentleman in the middle. Who are you targeting?
The gentleman in the middle.
As you cast the spell, you watch as the guy's hair disappears. And you see, rather than the younger, relatively well-built man that you've seen previously, you see an old, balded man. And he just looks around and he's like, "Who did that? That illusion costs a lot of money! I'll make you pay for this!"
If I have the ring, I'm just going to twist it.
Okay.
And I'm going to sit on the ground
Where are
and
they?
sulk.
Guards, I demand you find them. Someone's using unsanctioned magic by the castle. And one of the guards is like, all right. And he starts looking near the gate.
We gotta go.
It's just the guard saying, I'm legally needed to do this.
The man twists the ring on his finger and activates the illusion again.
We have to go, right? He's gonna come looking for us.
I'm not there. I'm invisible.
Are you still concentrating on your other spell?
Do I... I guess I would be casting invisibility, huh?
Oh, I thought you were using the ring.
I am using the ring.
The ring doesn't require concentration.
Cool. Then I'm invisible to the ring, and I'm
Invisibility
still...
doesn't require concentration. Oh, yes, it does.
I'm
No, it
still
doesn't.
concentrating
But it doesn't
on
matter.
the thing.
Right,
Do
but
I-
I'm not
Did
invisible.
You're not invisible. The guard's headed near you, but you're just standing outside the gate.
Yeah, you're clearly not a magic man.
I guess.
You can walk away if you want.
I should just walk away. I'm just gonna walk away. Because, like,
Okay.
I have no reason to be outside of the gate.
Yeah, I turned invisible. That's your cue to leave.
I don't know why you didn't just walk away.
I panic. Just old men can panic too. Gosh.
I'm taking the ring back as soon as you're not invisible.
Good. I don't like it.
Just passing the ring around.
Eli and Cedric, roll me another investigation check.
Roll a 24.
24.
If you roll a 24, I rolled an 18.
Okay.
You know, or I can just say what I roll instead of saying what everyone else rolled.
Eli,
That's also an option.
you find signs of a break-in on the house, and we'll come back to that in 1 second. Hafser, the poison, as you walk through the front door, you walk into a grand ball. There's people drinking, there's people talking through their masks. You see at the head, who you assume to be Daggalt Neverember, a slightly portly man who's standing near the throne at the head of the ballroom, talking to several guests. There's what appears to be two generals who are not masked on either side of him, and then a woman wearing a long, flowing red cloak with almost unnaturally blonde hair at a time before dyes existed. In here, there are Zentarms, but they seem to stick closer to him than to anywhere else in the room. You also see some gray cloaks, which are positioned on the opposite side of the room. There, you see pigs roasting over fires in the middle of the room, people beginning to serve food, and there's a full party happening, but the poison is above you.
Oh boy. It's upstairs.
Ugh.
Yeah, I want you to know no matter what you do, I believe in you.
Okay. With the information Hofstad received from the earlier commune, and what this is, he is going to assume that it's the woman beside him that is the target. That is what he is going to assume. And I know we joke about this, but looking at her, does there appear to be any source of grief, hesitation, or anything that out there in his years and years of having to deal with people and being the guy that you need to and being the one who calls people out on this? Is there anything on her face that he would see as not right?
Well, she's wearing a mask. She's wearing a
I
mask
hate
of.
this way too much.
She's wearing a
I
mask of
haven't
a red dragon.
Yep.
That's a cool animal.
Wow.
Make a
So-
perception check.
I will gladly make a perception check.
The cleric. Yes, of course. 40.
Hey, look at that.
She
24.
There is no sense of hesitation in her whatsoever. She is remarkably confident in the way that she's carrying herself. You do notice two unusual things. As her eyes briefly scan the room over you, they are a bright golden color, as you can see through the mask. In addition, she has gold flecks on her skin and pointed ears akin to an elf.
An elf!
What trickery is this?
Oh,
What
witch!
trickery
Oh,
is
what?
this?
But she doesn't seem at all hesitant. The man to her right, not Neverember, she is acting very flirtatiously with. And she carries herself with an air of, yeah, I might not actually run this place, but I run this place.
Okay, until officer sees something different. Something else. I'm gonna look to the ceiling where I can sense, like up higher where I can sense a
Mhm.
thing. And I have about, I'm gonna say I have about 5 minutes left of locate object,
Okay.
and I'm going to wait. I'm gonna, for as long as that lasts, I'm gonna track the thing, and I'm going to stand near one of the tables, hopefully in a place where someone won't look immediately,
Mm-hmm.
and I will, for sake of argument, actually put on a mask. Like, for a quick craftsmanship, it
Puts
kind of
bowl
like
on
a-
face.
Quick question. When the purple worm poison is used, do you get a notification that it's no longer within range?
That's
Oh,
up
I
to
mean,
you.
it'd
Interesting
just be in
question.
somebody. It's
That's up
still
to you.
poison.
Like
That's an interesting
up
question.
to you. Hofstare is only akin to the form of which we extracted it in, so yeah. And since this is poison made from purple worms, I assume that's why I can still sense it.
Instead
So
of purple
once
rain,
that's
purple warm.
used, I suppose that's up to you. Like, yeah.
Darn, if only you still had a third level spell slot.
Before the end of that spell, before the spell is over, you do sense that the poison is no longer within the vicinity. And not the fact that it moves out, it's within the vicinity, almost directly above your head. On the second floor of this place. And then it's just gone.
Okay.
Someone got poisoned upstairs.
Come on, you've
Perception
got,
check.
like,
Is there
30
anything
seconds or
in
whatever.
this room?
5 minutes? I don't know. How long
Is
was
there-
Revivify?
Revivify
Oh,
is
God.
1 minute, and we have enough gems for Raise Dead. As long as this person's soul is not done, I can cast Raise Dead tomorrow.
You get poisoned and your soul dies.
I mean, that was Eli's problem, which is why I couldn't just stab him. Like, Eli was going to
just-
die of his soul being eaten by magic, which is
Just
why I
gut
didn't
me and res me. Okay, disease is gone.
I mean, we kept saying that with Crip, so we might as well move it on to you.
Yeah.
Let's be honest,
Yes.
that was the only way I miss Crip way too much.
Because we didn't do side quests. That's why he died.
It was all our fault.
No, it
So,
was all my fault.
what are we doing?
Anyway, perception check to double check this room. Is there any eyes on me? Which I'm assuming there is, because like this dwarf just walked in invisible and is very keenly looking at everything.
The
and
elf
is
keeps
invisible.
looking at you.
Which one?
The one in the red dress standing near the throne.
Not the one with the dragon mask, right?
Yes, the one with the dragon mask.
I'll look. I'm going to point up to the ceiling and give a very grave look of concern.
She leans into the man next to her and whispers in his ear and points in your direction.
Oh.
Oh,
One powder, the dog, the dog.
Okay, so is
I
it
guess
time for
I
me
ha-
to do my
I'm
stupid
okay.
plan now?
We get to do
You two
plan.
find the dead bodies, the exact scene, incredibly gory. If this was Call of Cthulhu, this would be time for insanity check. The incredibly gory scene that you had seen previously in the vision, but the throw up from the corner of the room has been cleaned up. But all the blood, the woman who you can see has been actually, you didn't see her front before, but she's been split down the middle, and her organs have been spilled out into the floor in front of her.
How well is there anything left
Okay.
of the throw up? Because
I
can't
have
you,
a
like,
plan.
genetically find that stuff off of like even like the tiniest amount of throw up, like stomach acid or something?
Okay, this
that,
is
like,
Dungeons and
genetic?
Dragons. It's all magic based. It's not CSI.
Okay.
Okay, I have a plan. It's a stupid plan, but
What is it?
It
there's
can't be
no way
worse
this
than
What
comes
is your
back and
stupid
bites
plan?
us.
We're YOLOing at this point, okay?
Okay, we light the house on fire and run.
What happens if we light the house on fire?
The guards come because there's a fire, and they find 2 corpses in the fire.
I agree.
And the fire will also like get everybody else on high alert because something set this on fire, and it looks like orcs.
But don't.
So if
Isn't
there's
that-
orcs in the city, everybody's gonna want to be in their home protected by their guards and not like wandering around the city.
Okay, but how does that help us?
Because it means nobody's gonna be at the ball because they're all gonna want to be safe and not near orcs.
But the people in the ball are already there.
Yes, but they'll leave. They'll stop having a ball when stuff starts catching fire.
No, I agree, but like whoever's poisoned is probably already
You guys
poisoned,
should-
right?
I mean, chances are, maybe. But if we want to stop more people from getting poisoned, we want stuff to progress quickly. And getting a guard who will then question us about why we know that there's 2 corpses that have orc markings above them in the middle of town.
I mean, saying you know a wizard who scried on on someone
Yes,
individual,
exactly.
they've got to believe that.
Telling our current story, while somewhat believable, isn't very persuasive. So it'd be
Yes.
better to just
Well,
start
also,
a
if we
fire
set-
and get
if we-
out instead of
Wait.
trying
If we
to
set a house on fire, won't people just think it's arson? If we just pick up the orc axe, we
No,
can
we
make it
leave-
look like a murder. Let's just make this look like a murder.
It is a murder.
Right, but let's make this look like a not orc related murder.
Okay, but how are we going to erase all the orc symbology here?
Including
How
the one
much
carved
orc
into her
symbology
skin.
is there?
Well, there's one carved into her skin.
And there's one painted on the wall.
Yep.
Right, so
And you don't have the cleric there to mend anything.
Okay, I have a plan. I'm putting some art skills to use here. I just want to like completely smear over what's currently on the wall.
Okay, that's done.
can I do it?
I'll go help.
If I'm seeing that's working to help.
And then I want to jam the woman in my bag.
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay.
Why? Wait, Eli, why are you doing that? Oh god. Oh
It
no,
has
you
a
have a
symbol on
point.
her.
Oh
It's
god,
set
you have
to
a
just
point.
dispose of the corpse.
Ah! You have a point, and I don't like it.
Hofstare, make an intelligence saving throw for me.
No.
Look, we learned how to dispose of bodies. You aren't letting me burn it. We'll have to burn it later.
Oh my god.
I'm too scared to make this check.
Make an intelligence save for me, Hofstare.
17. That's not enough because I know this person's definitely too good of a caster.
Okay.
I seize up, or I'm charmed. It's one of those two.
Or you're
So-
not invisible.
You take 10 points of psychic damage. Your intelligence and your charisma scores become a 1. You cannot
Oh,
Feeble line.
cast spells, activate magic items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way.
You can still recognize your allies.
Yes.
I just remember Cody got into this before.
Sorry, I
Oh,
need to step
yeah,
away and
and it
address
was
my
just
mother
like,
who came
What?
in.
What happened? I think this is fine, right?
No, I
Darn,
have been
lost 4
feeble-minded.
intelligence. Yes.
I have been feeble-minded. I can't even cast a spell to cure myself. This is
Yeah.
this is stupid
Does he know how to
because
turn
Yeah.
off the ring?
Well, as this is
she's seen me
happening,
anyway, so it's bad anyway, and I'm not
So now,
even
now they're just now they're just
mentally
now these
there
people are just bullying a
to
dumb kid.
see this.
you
Things are
watch
going
as
belly
she
up.
then
Yay.
pats the gentleman next to her on the arm, kisses him on the cheek, walks over, discreetly opening her purse, and you feel yourself disappear into a bag of holding.
Okay. With my con modifier, I have like 6 minutes
Mhm.
to breathe.
Yes.
So she knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing at least. I'm very glad that Jake has planned for my stupidity.
What
I
a
know, this
coincidence
session was
that,
not
like,
planned.
What a coincidence that everybody in town has a bag of holding.
Wait, you have a bag of holding, right?
Yeah, that's
Where
where
you
the
just
corpse
stuck
went.
the corpse.
Oh, I thought you were carrying your corpse.
No, I wasn't putting the
And I
corpse
was
in
like,
my
the fuck?
backpack. God.
Yeah.
What are you two doing? Cedric, Eli.
Oh wait, we're
Okay,
trying
so
to erase the
Is
orc
there still an
things.
axe here?
Yes, stuck in the man's
the axe
head.
goes in the bag.
Okay.
Wait, okay, so there's no orc things here, right? We got rid of the orc stuff.
I raised the symbol, I took one corpse, and I took the axe. Is that all the orc stuff I can see?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, now let's burn this place.
I'm going to pour a quart of oil out of my alchemy jug and light a fire.
Wait, before you do that, doesn't this just look like a murder?
Yes?
So
think.
why did we burn the house on fire?
Because that'll get the guards here,
Why do we want the guards here?
so they can find the body now.
Why do we want them to find the body now?
I don't know.
Right.
You just want to leave this body here and run off?
Why wouldn't we?
Okay, I guess.
Wait, what do you want out of this fire?
To get the party stopped so that if they haven't been poisoned yet, it won't be our issue.
Oh, right, because you're saying we wouldn't know that this person.
Yeah,
poisoned
we wouldn't know that Hofzer's
Yeah.
been feeble-minded and that people are already poisoned.
them. Wait.
So
Wait,
it's better
wait,
to
wait.
just like make this look like murder arson.
Well,
instead
why would a
of-
party stop because a house went on fire? Isn't this a city? Like stuff happens.
Yes, but if a whole city block starts to catch fire, people are going to want to like not be having a party, especially when it's their houses that are going to catch fire.
Right, but I would feel really bad. We're supposed to be the good guys here.
I mean, yeah, but they're already dead. It's not like they need their house.
But what about the other people who have a house?
I don't know how good the firefighting is here.
Yeah,
Jake, how good do I think the firefighting is here?
they got a lot of magic.
Just magic out the fire.
Mm-hmm.
We don't
Okay.
have to start a fire if you don't want to.
Yeah, Nate, you were one off from making that save.
Oh,
I know.
Okay, just hear me out. Just hear me out.
No.
If they do that, the party would never have been stopped. They'll just magic to stop the fire. Then
Wait. I have my cloak. I'm not feeble-minded.
no, you don't have your cloak yet, do you?
I took the green one that they had on sale, which means
that's
that's an
true.
18, because it adds 1 to saving throws.
oh,
This is why I took it, so I could have better saving throws.
Okay.
How am I not dead? Which means something worse is about to happen.
Yes.
yeah,
so we
that'll
need to
get pissed off
rewind.
because you're not feeble-minded.
So as you pass the save, she begins angrily walking in your direction.
Ah!
Would have
Do
been
not
better to be
touch me,
feeble-minded.
ho. Wait, is this like the Resident Evil new game where it's like, oh yeah, or oh no? Or oh yeah and oh no.
Yeah.
I don't think she's 9 feet tall, but you know.
No, she's maybe 6 feet tall. Nate?
Yeah, but she's like
Nate? Oh, Nate's gone. Nate's back.
Yeah, we've got problems everywhere.
Why
Okay.
is this? Jake just enjoys bullying Nate.
I do this to myself. We all know this.
Nate, what's Hofstare doing?
Well, look, you didn't mess anything up yet, okay? There's still hope for you. So before you do anything, just know that there's still hope for you.
Well, the good news is she won't likely meteor swarm the block. That's a bit obvious.
Yeah.
Likely.
Okay.
They're a bit
felt that.
conspicuous.
Somehow I'm still conscious.
So he's just walking towards you right now.
Wait, how many deaths is this for his characters if he dies today?
3.
So be
To
careful.
be fair, we put him in a position where I think any of our characters would have died too.
Yes.
Yeah, but at least I have magic.
What are you doing, Hofstare?
Yes.
Run, little wizard. Run.
Is there an entrance to a back room place somewhere where there isn't like catering
No, you're on the
being brought
front
out?
floor. Well, you have to walk past her to get to the kitchen. Currently, the only option you have is back out the front door.
Does it look hostile or does she look curious?
You can't tell through the mask.
I hate masks. They're the one. I put everything into insight. This is my one weakness.
Just guiding bolt her mask off.
Posture, urgency.
Tall, confident, walking quickly, some concern in her step.
Ooh,
About how that
confident
gonna
with
work.
some concern.
Okay.
I cast
Okay.
Smite.
It's not a paladin, Cody.
Oh. I imagine a paladin doing this. Where is the poison? I must smite it.
Going once, going twice. Are you taking a turn?
This is literally me when I talk to.
Are you gonna let me feeble mind you again?
Yeah.
She can do it one more time.
Yeah. Mm,
Oh wait, can she?
How about another one?
What level? Oh,
And another one.
3, take it or leave it.
it's an 8th level spell.
If you get feeble-minded again, we can just retcon that this ever happened.
true. I think Hofstare is just gonna double down on the urgent look.
Oh.
That's your powerful magic spell.
Yes, the
The urgent
old
look.
man. This is serious. Look.
Well, they tried to feeble-mind you. I don't think they want to talk.
May I make a persuasion check with a massive penalty?
You may just make a persuasion check.
He's asking for a massive penalty.
I'm definitely
Words
proficient in
are your
persuasion.
biggest weapon.
Okay, I'm definitely proficient in persuasion.
I mean,
Why does it say
So far, I've yet to kill somebody with words, so at least not on this
yeah,
character.
not yet.
Grimmin may have.
Of course. Never mind. I'm just. To her,
didn't
I look like a
someone-
spoiled child. So whatever. Whatever. No, this is
Didn't
fine.
someone kill someone with the word? I think that was Red.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ren did cut
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just
You
mine.
should die. Understandable. Die.
Yes, that's true.
Understand. Oh god.
Okay. What
Yeah.
does she want to do?
Your mom.
Oh,
Oh, and Jake killed my character.
Delayed cast fireball.
You get like wall hack fireball 50 times.
Honestly, terrible. This
Tell
is
me
honestly-
about it.
Hey, this is hurting me
We
to
just
watch.
sent Nate into a horrible death sentence
Yeah.
Again.
This
Like,
time I think
At
it was
least the
mostly
last
our
one
fault.
was cool. The other two were way stupid.
Hey,
This-
Nate, you're not dead yet. You're not dead yet.
Yeah,
Pull
that's
this back.
Yeah.
Get out. I'm gonna live. Okay? Don't
You're
give
gonna
up on
live.
me. Don't give up on me. Hey, Nate, look at me. Don't give up on me. Okay? Don't give up on me, Nate. Okay?
How about Cedric stops giving up and I start?
If we could switch places, I would, but
Come on, Nate, you can do something. You've got a lot of
I
options.
can't
here.
do.
yeah, you got a lot of options here, Nate.
I don't remember.
It's still look. It's
I
still
know I
possible
cast
to
the
just
worm
scram
bite,
out of
so
there
I
or
know
do what
I
you came
used
here
a
to do.
bunch.
Nate,
cast-
I
Got other
believe
options too,
I've
Nate.
casted
Yeah.
5 spells so far, so it's just like I said, for all intents purposes, I am tapped out.
People
That's-
don't
Do
need-
stuff without magic.
Yeah,
I have
you still have
divine
your brain.
intervention. I could cause the person to teleport down here, or remove the poison in general.
Just teleport yourself out.
Hofstad's not a quitter.
Augers.
Hofstad's not a quitter. He's not so old. He's stubborn. He's old, stubborn. Not a
Fair.
Who's
quitter.
a dwarf? I don't think a dwarf would leave.
Yeah. Do we have a?
What would
some-
Arden do?
what
Or
is-
Cousin
what is
Ockley?
the
What would
verdict
Cousin
say?
Ockley do?
I don't know what
Probably
the
die
verdict is.
terribly.
She has a lot of options. I forgot how many spells archmages have, and it's very overwhelming because I wasn't expecting to use her this early in the campaign.
Oh.
So thank you for
Mhm.
making me feel very overwhelmed at this point in time, Nate. Because I'm reading her
I have-
spell list and it's like 2 pages long.
Jake has like 50 different ways he's planning on killing you, and he has to read them all.
Okay, so an archmage sounds like a wizard. That's a low hit die. I can probably kill that with 5 knives.
Are you going to cast Fireball on me? I dodge.
Can we make her pay one?
You
We
miss.
have the other set here. Can we make her pay 1? Please.
Make a
Please
charisma
make her
save,
pay
Nate.
1.
Oh, hey, at least you won't die here. Die somewhere else, like the plane of water.
4.
Okay.
Oh.
You go unconscious and you disappear.
What?
Ah,
You're just gone?
Mm-hmm.
What?
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 Okay, so hopefully it's not fatal. So yeah.
That's not exactly what we were going for.
darn, we lost our ring.
Oh
I
my
keep
god.
dying with magic items too. I am so sorry. Like
You're not dead yet.
I know I'm not
If
dead.
this was
yet.
plane
Yeah.
shaft, you'd be
Charisma
drowning.
Yeah.
Eli and
Charisma save is
Cedric, what are you
probably-
doing?
Well, Cedric's just convinced me that probably not set the house on fire.
Okay, solid plan. What are we doing about it? Like, what's
Take
the new
the
plan?
axe and everything orc related here, and let's just scram. Stealthily.
Yes, stealthily leave.
Okay.
We can work out what to do with the female corpse in a minute.
Are you going
Yes,
past
but-
the castle?
I would like to be nowhere near there after what we just did.
Far past the
Am
castle.
I
Yeah.
gonna-
Sure. So on your
Correct.
way, I'm assuming is Ronan taking a leisurely time, or is he going back in a quick manner to the?
It's not leisurely, but it's not, it's not running.
Oh, well,
But his
Eli and
plan
Cedric
would be
are
to
running.
try and-
So, at some point, you see a panting Eli and Cedric run up next to you on the
Perfect.
street on the way back to the inn.
We see some shit.
Like, hey, what happened with you guys? How'd your plan go?
Well, it actually went pretty well, I think.
Yeah. It won't look like orcs anymore, which
Yeah, it
feels
doesn't
like a
look
good
like a
bit of
murder.
progress.
Yeah.
Okay, not bad, not bad. Our plan did not go well. He
Oh,
chose
God.
the wrong.
Where's Hofstare?
I don't know. He just
Oh,
he took the ring of
you
invisibility.
lost
went
the dwarf.
I think it's more like he lost me, I think, at this point. Because he just kind of went invisible and then left. I don't know where he went. I don't know where he is.
Okay, we'll have the clothes to get in there.
Yeah, it's a work in progress.
Don't think going in is a good plan.
If we go in, we're just killing ourselves. Let's wait out here. If he comes out here and he's in a fight, we can help him out.
Yeah,
Okay, that's invisible.
to wait near the castle, but far enough away it's not suspicious.
Right, we're just like chilling.
But I feel bad, but we're just going to get all of us killed if we go in.
Well, for all we know, I mean, he's fine. I don't know where he is.
Yeah,
Well, I feel like there'd be a ruckus or something.
he's pretty
like that.
smart. He should be okay.
Yeah, his work or his weapon.
We just really need to stop talking about my characters. Just please. This it's a conversation.
Trying to be optimistic, okay?
LOL.
Hofstare,
Nate,
I am.
Nate, you're not dead yet. You're
as
not
you
dead
blink
until
back
you're not dead
into
until
consciousness, the one thing you see is the woman standing next to you has placed her bag of holding exactly where you were standing. And as you reappear from being banished, you vanish inside of it. And then she quickly picks it up, slings it over, puts it back on her arm as a pocketbook, and you can't see anything else as you just hear on the outside faint muffled sounds of her heels clicking on the ground.
That's
Banish is a great
It's
spell.
very useful. Wait, you weren't native to another plane of existence, right? I don't remember that in your backstory. Like, you're not just
Not
gone
a
now?
dwarf. Not a dwarf.
I am actually space dwarf.
I am actually a space marine. Bring me
It's
back to
actually
the
one
war.
of the planes of hell. Like chaos.
No, upstairs you're run of the mill.
Wait,
just
chaos
very
dwarfs
old.
exist.
Yeah, it's gonna. Space dwarfs certainly exist, but he would be from a different time, not a different place.
So, Hafsar, a moment later, you see the bag open very briefly before you feel yourself get dumped out onto a cold stone floor.
Old stone cream.
Looking around in here, you can see you're in some sort of cell. The woman in the red dress is still standing there. At this point, she's taken off her mask, and you can see the golden flecks in her grayish skin. She's standing over a table of what appears to be torture tools, and you can see the man with the long dark hair and the beard and the sword wearing Zentarum armor standing next to her. He has a scar going over one eye, rendering him blind there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Let's
try
check.
casting any spells in here. It won't work.
Mm-hmm.
Cast fireball. Do it.
Darling, why don't you tie him up? The
it
man-
won't work.
The man walks over to you and
Sorcerer.
grabs you by the shoulder and ties you to a half upright board that they have positioned in the middle of the room.
Well,
She walks over and pats your cheek. Now, why don't you tell me what's going on here, little dwarf? You're a resilient little dwarf, I'll give you that.
It's kind of how dwarfs work.
Oh, where to friggin' begin? First off, nice, I guess. Very, not seen that before. Didn't like that. Well, the first thing, not the second.
Spit it out, Ralph. What are you pointing to?
I have been tracking a possible murder attempt on someone. As far as I know, it's just someone important to the Lord. And, well, that's actually all I know. Tracking poison. I was upstairs, and then...
Go. She
oh, wait,
points.
I can't actually snap
She
it.
points to her partner and she says, "Go."
I mean, you can snap while handcuffed.
Yeah.
Now, well, you walked in
Yeah,
here
I-
invisible. So tell me. And she pulls up a stool and she sits in front of you.
Oh my god, she's so much taller than you now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Nate's kind of tied midair, so they're about even.
Oh no!
Bad news bears.
How did you come into contact with this poison? I know how the spell works. You need to have been familiar with it in order to track it.
I like killing worms.
Money?
A lot
On
more.
me.
Lying won't work on me, honey. We get the truth out of everyone here eventually.
Mm-hmm. I get the gist of whatever's going on here.
I don't think
Not
you
as
do.
old as you. But whatever.
Tell me.
Fine, I guess only truth. Whatever. This is fake. So... me and a bunch of weirdos that met up north had decided that gear would be useful, which is where I got the cloak that I suppose I'm still wearing for some reason. And we bought it from a place. We got a discount by procuring worm poison and gave it to someone who I could tell was going... Well, okay, back up. Oh, I'm senile. I hate talking, I really do.
So
That voice
essentially,
makes
you,
sound
I
like
also
Nick
hate
Cage.
talking.
you procured this poison.
Yes, and use it to get a discount as somewhere else. While getting the poison, we were being tracked by 2 drow. They had said that they were going to use it on someone. The shopkeep knew something of it, but I could not ascertain how much. So, on a whim, I wanted to know what it was. I besieged multiple sources and saw them murdering 2 people through magical means. You're all familiar with this. They are going to blame orcs for a murder and are using the invitations that they held to sneak in. I was able to track the poisons, but I was unable to stop them at the gate. I'm sure you've heard of that small commotion. A man was bald for like 5 seconds.
Happens all the time.
Mm-hmm.
A moment
And
later,
that's where we find ourselves.
the man comes back down, and he says, "The Major Domo's dead. And the goods he was looking over have gone missing."
My God.
She kind of waves her hand.
This is where we do like the Indian soap opera.
Guess
like
who's
the
working
weird
for
music.
Neverwinter, guys?
She kind of waves her hand. Daggles can get more halflings if he so desires. No,
And it's just like, guys, I'm sorry, I can't work with you anymore. I'm a professional business associate now.
tell me. It looks like
I got a
orcs did it,
promotion.
and he just kind of nods. Purple worm poison? He nods again. You and I are going to pay that shop owner a visit. Meanwhile, just clean it up. Make it look like this never happened. The Major Domo... We're going to make it look like a suicide.
Well, we know who's dead.
Major
That's
Domo.
progress.
Wait, they're going to make it look like a suicide instead of orcs?
Yes.
Is that what I said?
We don't want it to look
Wait, so-
like we can't control the
Oh
orcs,
my
because
god,
then that
we're,
means
like,
that your
completely
project is a
morally gray
failure.
now. We're completely morally gray now.
Now, these drow I don't know about. I've not heard of them. We're going to have to put out feelers.
Wait, we kind of did our job.
Yes, we completely did.
Oh
our
my
job.
god!
It
Oh
all
my
worked
god,
out,
yeah!
mostly.
Yeah! We mostly did our job.
Now you... She walks over to Hafser. You are an interesting case.
God, we didn't completely fuck up.
You see the man reach for his sword, and she raises
Oh.
her hand. No. He helped us. He told the truth. I need everybody else to take their headphones off for a minute.
How do I know when to put them back
I
on?
don't want it.
Just
type in
watch
the
the
chat,
chat.
let us know.
Yep.
Okay.
Watch
the
the
chat
the
will-
foundry. The foundry
Dan,
chat.
Dan, can you just do a
Okay,
sick
okay.
dab and then I'll come back?
No.
Who's willing to do that for me?
Okay, Cody, just take your headphones off because everybody else has them and they can't hear you.
Okay. Oh darn. Yeah, you can't hear me.
Yeah. She reaches over. She unties you. I'm not going to kill you. But I don't think that you're telling me everything. So I can't just let that go. She hands you something to drink. It's not poison. It's a thick green liquid.
Do I tea or
Not sure.
give it a quick sniff? Take a sip.
You feel a little woozy. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw now. With -10.
You scare me, Jake, and there's no one to fill the silence of me just processing it.
Just roll.
Yeah, this is a straight roll.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hafser, as far as you remember, this night was a success. You stopped the murder. And not only that, but you did so without ever getting caught. The drow did run off. You were not able to apprehend her. But the evening was successful. The drow
I want to go on
will
some
not
sort of
be
record to
responsible
say
for
I-
murder.
Uh-huh.
And you saved lives. Innocent lives. And then, it's kind of funny, you don't remember ever getting back to the inn? But the next thing you remember, you're standing outside the Driftwood Tavern.
But I'm wise and smart enough to understand that gap of time, right?
Not really. You just had a bit of adrenaline running back from the castle.
Mm.
Nice.
You feel good about yourself.
I feel like Robert should feel good about himself. Yeah.
I do.
I feel like
Oh.
I'm gonna have to dump a body.
I really. Ugh. Oh.
You guys
having
see
a half
Hopsair
series-
walk back into the tavern.
Hey!
Hey,
How
looks
did
like
things
everything
go?
went well.
Hey, buddy.
Really,
Remember,
really
Who died?
well. I'll flip up the ring.
I catch it on my
do I
finger,
remember who died?
Nobody died. You stopped them.
Oh right. Yeah, I need that clarification.
Did the Xantarms get stopped?
I stopped the drow when I got into the gate. I was able to dispel them one more time, and yeah, I was in full control of the situation.
Wow,
Huh.
that went surprisingly well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you seem confused?
I'm just really tired. I ran all the way back here. I really shouldn't have done
He's
that.
got short legs.
You probably should go to
Yeah, that's fair. He does have short legs.
sleep.
I'm
Does.
Do you have
I
a
am-
good way to dispose of a body?
The cleric talks to the rogue. So how do things go, rogue? Do you have a way to dispose of a body?
Yeah.
Just asking for a friend.
I'm
Quick question. Asking for a
I'm
friend.
going to sleep. I am tapped out and old, and I'm just gonna go upstairs and pass. And
Delos curls up next to you.
thank you.
Oh,
I'll
it's so
give a
cute.
couple-
Can I curl up next to Delos?
No,
You just like
go
lay on top
away.
of the dwarf.
Cedric,
Please?
No.
Tomorrow.
Oh. Good night, guys. Good night, Delos. Okay.
I don't like it when you talk like that.
You know what? It's a little early, but I think that's a pretty good place to end tonight's session.
Wait, I want to do something
Sure.
first.
Go for it, Eli.
Can I try and like sneak out and just toss the body into the harbor?
Oh, God.
Absolutely. It's quiet at this time
Did
of
I
night.
know that you
I
did
want
that?
to just like, I guess just like flay off the bit with the orc symbol and then just chuck it in the water.
100%.
Wait, would I know he did that?
Nope.
Or he just does it? Okay.
I can roll stealth if you.
No,
like.
you're good. I trust you.
Okay.
There we
I'm
have it,
also-
folks.
Yep. There you go.
Our last session online, and what a session that was. I've never
so
gotten
it was essentially an hour and a half of us
Oh, it was
thinking,
3
and
hours
an
of
hour
you
and a half
thinking.
of extremely tense, like,
but you know what?
also
walking.
thinking.
Those are
Yes.
the best sessions. Let's be honest. Those are the best.
It's true.
sessions.
And I've
Yeah.
never had a PC high enough to do that. So I'm excited I got to do it as a DM. So please tune in next week where we're going to be doing this in person. This was supposed to be the combat session, but that didn't happen. So I need to paint a lot of shit before next week, which is going to be the combat session.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
Jake.
Hey,
Jake,
we did it.
You did do it.
know?
Do you see how we evolved, Jake?
I
Are you
do.
proud of us?
I'm very proud of
We're making
you.
progress.
So
a year
be sure
ago,
to-
we would have been like busting in the castle like the Kool-Aid man,
Uh,
being like, "Yo, where's the poison? Give me all your lunch money."
What are you gonna do? Cast this?
What are you
cast
going to
death
do?
on
What are you
Kill
gonna
all
do?
4 of us?
Feeble mind the dwarf.
so
no.
until I see you all
Feeble mind our
again,
magic caster.
don't
and then
forget to
cast
have
me
fun.
this-
roll